Man, Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woohoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house, man. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall, standing strong. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. Bobby banging this bitch, man. Here we go. So, yeah, man, let's get right into the episode, man. Y'all see what it is, the history of science and atheism versus religion on SaNeter TV, man. Another one of these great downloads, man. In that sword fight, man, I kind of laid out a foundation of the conversation. My premise is to make the point that indigenous African people, no matter where the hell they was from, had the damn ability to believe or not believe. I'm going to say it again, man. The premise was clear. That indigenous people, no matter where they was at, had the ability to believe or not believe. Although it's more prominent in society for those to believe. We get that. But white people didn't get a special gene that would only allow them to get the scientific inquiry, to be skeptical. And see, that's a mistake we make in this community, man. And they do it on a regular basis, and they do it willfully because they ain't looking them up. They just accept the fact, oh man, they the most religious. Y'all accept that. Maybe they very well might be the most religious. But hell, planet Earth is religion. You got religions. You got millions of Christians, millions of Hebrews, millions of Muslims. Start over again. More people believe in Christianity. The next slot is Islam. The next slot is Judaism, and then so forth and so forth. So we expect small amounts of non-belief, but it's there. It's that small amount, right? The 2 to 3% that really push that scientific inquiry. Meaning, even if you do believe, you got to get out of your believing brain somewhat and start looking for empirical data. Finding a way to separate your religion, your beliefs, from what you're trying to understand and from what you know. That's the point. Where can I find the numbers for y'all real quick? I think if I go with irreligious, irreligion. If I go with irreligion, right? Let's see. I think I can kind of, if I go here, I think they're going to have that. I think they might have them numbers on there real quick. Oh, shoot. Demographic by population. Countries that are irreligious. Let me see. Oh, man. Let's see here, man. Welcome, man, to the show, man. We're going to throw this in, man. Get right to it. I want to find this little part right here. Unaffiliated members, 1.5 billion. Okay, China officially atheist. So China's officially atheist state. World's first, second most populous country. Held, okay, 700 million. Oh, man. All right. That's ill alleged. Well, I want to find the numbers. Let me see. Man, how y'all doing today, man? The women, the draft. I don't even want to go through all the charts. I do not want to do that. I just want to give you some rough numbers. Damn. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it up on the fly like that. God damn it, I don't want to hold y'all that. But we still trying to get the people in the building, man. Get up in there, man. Get up in here, man. Get up in the daggone building. All right. Let me see who in the building, man. Let me peep. 25,000 in the building, man. I see you. JG11. See you, man. Ramasuro. Amen. Big up. Pseudo Killer Official, Miss Tiff. What it do? What it do? What it do? Truth to Power is in the building. Dr. Oya. Maya. Thought you was going live today, Dr. Maya. What you doing? Waiting on you. Make sure you ain't text me. Nope. It's all good. So, this is where the rubber meets the road. Do indigenous people have the capability of being skeptical? Do indigenous people have the ability not to believe? Because it seems as if people get mixed up and hear the word atheist and say that's a white person thing, right? Interesting. The word itself comes from Greek, so maybe it's a Mediterranean thing. But the thought processes is formulated in Homo sapiens sapiens, which is the African stock. And so it's not hard to see, if you understand evolutionary theory, that being skeptical is also part of our story, regardless of where your geographical region is. It's probably harder in the Stone Age, though, than it is now. Because you're not believing something, meaning because the bushes don't shake, and you think and you say, I ain't jumping, what the hell is that? And you get bit by a snake, you can just go to the hospital. It ain't gonna cost you. Like, oh, that ain't even, that's a garden snake. Chill out. It's not a poison snake. See, we know all those differences now. So it's not gonna cost you like it would in the Stone Age. You ain't know what the hell it was. You ain't know nothing about snake venom and all that. You get bit, you're done. You fall, right? You think that's shaky. That rock is shaky. I believe it's shaky. And you stay on it, and you ask me questions, you fall. In the Stone Age, you're done. You break a leg, you're done. Infection kill you and fever kill you, you're done. Now you fall, man, break a leg, they put the cast on it, they rub your forehead, you're good. You're good. I was wondering, do I feel like banging on Nafali? You know what, man? She be getting on my nerves, man. She's a little ignorant, damn, man. I'm starting to realize that this person here is super ignorant, yo. I mean, super ignorant. I mean, super duper 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 ignorant. Guess what she wrote on Facebook, yo? Yeah, you go from post to post, but I like to get on her post because I reposted on my page, so y'all go over there and see. Right? I reposted on my page. Hold on. But I wanted to see what it was. I want y'all to see what it was on on her page. And I'm gonna get right to it before we get in that, because it just proves my daggone point, man. Like, boy, this is what we doing here. Hold on. She considered herself an ancient Hebrew. No, she already cooked. Like my sons be saying, cook. We cook. Oh man, if you're an ancient Hebrew, you cook literally. You're cooked. You cooked up. You on cook 'em ship. Oh no. I ain't mean to do that. I'm trying to get this over here, man. I don't want to do that. Man, how do I do this? I usually don't be on stupid people pages because the stupidness is just beyond. And she got the AI going. AI is going to y'all head. Let me see. Hold on. Let me find this. All right, I got it. How the hell I'm gonna get it over here to y'all? Shoot, man, boy. I think I'm just trying to let y'all see it. I think I'll do it. Let me see. I come right here. Oh, I know what to do. Got it. Boom. Watch this. And we can get right into this. Let me show you what we're talking about here. All right, here we go. Let me share this with y'all. We just read the ignorance, yo. Yeah, she's just ignorant, yo. Hate to do it. Hate to do it. But I gotta do it. Let me start off with that. Right, since I'm an agent. She's a clown. She's an all-out clown. Right? And I'm saying it. Y'all get me. Oh, that's a woman. Well, then that's a woman clown then. It's a woman clown. Yeah, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. I say again, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. All right? And here you go. Come on now. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get it. Boom. Here you go. Let me share this. Let me show you. See, she like to have fun on my name. Right? Since you want to have fun on my name, I'm going to have some fun on her name. But she's a whole clown. Hey, on Facebook, I'm minding my business. I ain't doing much of nothing. I'm chilling. And the best thing she can come up is do this. I think she liked me. I'm thinking she liked me. I know somebody like since when I was 5. When I was 5, I knew when the other girls liked me. I think she liked me. Like, where else would you pick on an atheist, knowing you wear a wild Hebrew costume at times? You know I'm coming. You must like for me to come at you. So this is it right here. It says, is it just me that think this? But could people like Unc West be a government plant? Huh? What? Is it just me that think this? But could people like Unc West be a government plant? Huh? Is she trying to say like the government put me here to give y'all scientific literacy? Get y'all ready for the pandemic before you even knew you needed to be ready? Had that debate with the largest anti-vaccine white community on planet Earth. Is she saying the government put me in that position? Or is she just ignorant? Which? And then you go to the comments, full of foolery. Yeah, the comments gonna be full of foolery. So we got here, it says, see if I can make it a little bigger so y'all can see it. I'm minding my business. I ain't messing with her. I ain't messing with the corny Hebrews like they got something. They run around wearing Power Ranger outfits thinking they doing something. I ain't know that the Hebrew community was unvaccinated waiting on Yahweh. Laughing. Okay, this one. She quill y'all by the zili. She says he got the liquid tracker. Yeah, I can see his blood cells glowing through the picture. And he looked like an undercover snitch in this photo. All right. Okay. I replied to her. If somebody say, Yawashana Bana, and you have mental health issues, somebody hit it with that. I said, I want to respond directly. Are you saying I'm an agent because I took my health serious? And you think it to be more intelligent to listen to RFK Jr. and these nuts on Facebook and YouTuber? I'm waiting for your answer. Of course, she didn't answer that yet. I hit it with grace. Martin says facts. Facts what? I'm an agent. Matthew Minard says, yeah, he supports the elite agenda. Every white man knows me. You hit me with that. So it's the white man agenda for y'all to be intelligent and make a proper assessment during a pandemic that only comes maybe 100 years or so, to listen to experts instead of the foolery and wild, outrageous, crazy white people and wild, outrageous, crazy black people who ain't studied the subject at all. So I'm the agent because I chose the experts? This is really interesting. Nah, y'all, couldn't be me. Yeah, I know you. Mike Carter said it couldn't be him. Israelite Williams, he says, I doubt it. I think Brother Ankh is just a good talker who knows how to make a living off of talking absolute nonsense. The people love to hear nonsense. So the fact that I'm giving people high-level vaccine science, taking them to the experts, taking them to their doctor, pediatricians, and all that, I'm just talking. But he doubts that I'm a government plan. I appreciate you, Israelite Williams. You got some sense almost. Kenneth Ancient says anything is possible. Oliver Williams say, wonderful. Now they can track you easier. That dummy shaking my head. So I'm a dummy because he think that the mRNA vaccines was a tracking device, as if they can't find you anywhere in the world anyway. Mingo Yah Israel say definitely plenty of them amongst our people. Boy, I ain't never seen a bunch of wild black Hebrew Israelites. Ha 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 ha. Jonathan Sway. Never the jab, says Purcell. Okay, never the jab. NPC. What is NPC? I don't know what that means. I ain't even gonna look at that. See what it is. Okay, he said, I hope he is so he can get all y'all crazy ass retarded niggas out the way so we can grow as a people and have common sense. Appreciate you. Yeah, get y'all out the way. Miguel Ancient, Bishop Nathaniel is, I don't know what that is. Prince Manajuma. No, Mamazuya. Ya. He say things that make you go, oh man. Otta King, you got poison. That's what you got. These sisters got to relax, yo. Yasha Ada Yahidi says, who is he? I almost wanted to say it's Brother Ankh B, but I ain't do it. I ain't do it. I didn't do it. Oh man. And my sister jumps in the fray. Y'all stop playing my brother in the file, y'all, before I post your ass. Y'all some weirdos. Big up to my sister. Now they all gonna dox you now, Shorty. But don't worry about it, yo. We know you got a super wild husband from Baltimore, Maryland. Super wild. Let me get back to this. Stevenson Joseph Level Gene. He says, one of the biggest pseudo eugenic science worshiping agents out here, shaking my head, and you's a nut, and you dressed up like a daggone Power Ranger in your thing. Ignorance. So we see ignorant bestows our community. But anyway, the Fowley, really, yo, I just think you like me, yo. Y'all, I know some of them gonna say, no, I'm doing something. What did y'all say I'm doing? When you respond like that, y'all try to say, I'm trying to tell you, yo, like if you dressed up like a Power Ranger with the crown on your head looking crazy in 2026, and I'm minding my business, I ain't even telling you what to believe. I ain't even telling you to get vaccinated. Matter of fact, don't get vaccinated. When you have your kids, make sure you take them out the hospital before they get vaccinated. This is what I'm telling you to do. Yeah, don't get them vaccinated. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it. That conversation was for those pre-pandemic. After I did my thing, right? Have at it. If the world around you didn't show you what was needed to be done, then me talking can't. So I'm saying, don't none of y'all get back. Y'all have children. Make sure you take them out the hospital early, right? When they born, running there, go ahead and get the what's the thing with the not the biblical code. What is the stuff that the women have? What is it? The afterbirth. Go take the afterbirth. Go run real quick home. Go ahead and bury it in your yard. Run back up to the hospital. Take the baby out of there for they vaccinated. Matter of fact, don't use a car seat. Make sure you put them real cool and the blanket in the back seat. You know what I mean? Don't put the seatbelt on them. Put them right there and drive the hell off. Because I know you're not going to use the car seat FDA recommended, right? Because that's stupid. And that would make me an agent for telling you to use the FDA approved car seat. So don't take the FDA approved vaccines and sure as hell don't take the FDA approved car seats. So take the baby early before they vaccinate them from the hepatitis. Don't do it. When you get ready to leave, sneak your little ass out the hospital. No car seated, no white man products. We don't want the FDA's nothing because I don't want y'all to mess with the agent stuff. They trying to kill you. Yeah. Right. Put the baby in the back seat. Don't use the FDA approved seat belts neither. Because they don't know what they're talking about. Got a motorcycle, get on the back of the motorcycle with the newborn baby. Don't wear no helmet and take the hell off. Put on your Power Ranger outfits in the car. That's what y'all will protect you. Yahweh Elohim will protect you. Yahweh will protect the babies. Don't worry about the way he protected y'all in the Bronze Age against the Egyptians and the Assyrians. My fault, the Iron Age. I'm gonna protect you the same way when they ruffled y'all ass off. Took your whole country, smashed you out. It's gonna definitely protect you now. So that's my advice. It's my advice to the clowns. Had to get that off my chest. Minding my business. I'm enjoying myself, SaNeter. Relaxing. Man, chilling. Watching intelligent black women around me flourish. Putting together programs that actually help ignorant people like yourself. Man, boy, I tell you, it's amazing. Huh. Boy, I'm saying, boy, I can't believe it, man. Boy, I can't believe it, boy. Yeah, run quick out the hospital with your baby. They trying to kill him. They trying to kill my baby. They trying to put that. They trying to kill my baby. Put that shot in my baby. That's what they trying to do. They trying to kill my baby. I'm gonna go home and give my newborn baby. So I'm gonna give him some aspirin. My baby got a fever. I'm gonna give him some baby Tylenol. You give your baby some baby Tylenol, you going to prison. So I'm telling you, it is absolutely safer to vaccinate your kid they give them some children Tylenol. You're going to prison. It is very interesting, man. Oh, the ginger. Give him the ginger. They got the Juju Serial Killing Building, Cedric Serial Killing Building, Juju by way of Africa, newly married. Pick up the Juju. I should have been at y'all the thing. Bastard party. So I've been in that joint jumping around, you know, doing the whole thing with him. I'd have been in the Gambia. Hey, who is that? That's brother. Yeah, I did that. Anyway, let's get this shit cooking, man. It's wild, bro. Vegans. Trip me out, man. Boy, I tell you, man, made me. I ain't mad at you, the foul. You just a clown. One more time, make sure we know what the face of a clown. All right, just a clown, shorty. Yeah, he's a clown, yo. And you at the age where you gonna start having your kids. Don't get them. You got kids, yo. Don't get them vaccinated. Come on, man. Is you serious? So now we know. Yeah, let me be the first to tell y'all, man. Man, y'all parents, man, got a choice to do what you want to do with your own damn kids. Right? But you have to make informed choices. And mothers are horrible at making those type of decisions. Right? Like humans, period, are horrible at the risks. Like they'll rather hold their baby in their arms in the backseat of a car than put them in a car seat because they feel safer with holding the baby. See what I'm saying? Right? Your mind tell you, man, my baby is about to get stuck with something. My little baby is this big and hold the baby in the hand. I have my kids like this. And you be like, yo, I can't stand to see them put a needle in their foot. So you make the wrong decision. And you pray to the Lord, and you ask him all that, and the Lord don't respond. The Lord don't respond because it's you respond. It's your mind to say, don't do it. That's you. Boy. Anyway, banging out on today. Can't believe the audacity of a Power Ranger to say such nonsense. Whilst I'm minding my business. The audacity. The audacity. Straight audacity. Let's get it. And he was forced to flee Athens. And see, this can go on and on and on and on and on. See, this is the point I'm making here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm making these points right here. This is what we talked about. We're going to get a chance to throw that link out there, though. King J reacts. Listen, man, it's my point that when people was trying to bring empirical data or pre-scientific inquiry to the table, they say, yo, you going against the gods. They was fighting against the ignorance of early man. And so we go to the history of, let's move to the history of science. And since science is the white man thing, which is ridiculous to me, I don't even know why you say it. I don't know why they say it. So now we have the history of science, right? Now we understand that science, the history of it, actually starts early in the game in ancient societies. And a lot of it came in opposition or a different way of seeing it than what they seen in their mythology and what they seen in the gods or the god or the goddesses. It came in opposition to that. Because people was trying to look at it a different way because at the end of the day, you got to get the food, clothing, and shelter, and empirical data is best fit for that. So it goes on to say that the history of science covers the development of science in ancient times to the present. See? Ancient times to the present. It encompasses all three major branches of science: natural science, social, and formal. proto-science. We might get into proto-science a little bit. Early science and natural philosophy such as alchemy and astrology that existed during the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and classical antiquity and the Middle Ages, and declined during the early modern period. So it declined after the establishment of the formal disciplines of science in the Age of Enlightenment. Let me get you right here. A lot of y'all is talking about this now. Alchemy, the ancient branch of natural philosophy, philosophical, and proto-scientific traditions that was historically practiced in China, India, and the Muslim world. Okay. All right. It's a Muslim world, Europe. It's a in its Western form, alchemy is first attested in a number of pseudographical texts written in Greco-Roman Egypt during the 1st century. I believe it's first. I ain't gonna put that on, right? But alchemy and astrology is now pseudoscience. See, astrology, a range of divinatory practices recognized as pseudoscientific since the 18th century. Okay, but it was early proto. They was trying to get it right. It was part of philosophy, alchemy, right? So if you talking about alchemy right now and astrology right now, you're out the game. You're stuck. Remember I talked about life being a damn video game, in particular science is a video game. Nature forces you to learn the step where she unlock the next set of mysteries, because that's the mystery. What's the mystery, y'all? Understanding the gods, is that the mystery? No, understanding where the hell you live out on planet Earth is the damn mystery. And so alchemy and astrology predates chemistry. And somewhere astrology, I believe, is created at the same time in Babylonia and Mesopotamia. But we do not have astrology early on in the Nile Valley. I'm gonna say it again, man. We do not have astrology early on. The Greeks brought astrology coming from Mesopotamia. They bring that system of divinatory to the Nile Valley. They had proto-astronomy in the Nile Valley, not to apply it. But the alchemy thing later on ended up being chemistry as they started to figure it out and make it right and stop having so much beliefs attached to it and empirical data, it moved to chemistry. And so we got it. That existed during the Middle Classical Iron Age. I got you, early period science. And so if we move right here, let's see. So we can no longer call science a white man thing. You sure as hell should never call not believing a white man thing, which is crazy. It's actually a human endeavor. The earliest roots of scientific thinking, it's a way of thinking, right? It's a way of thinking, empirically. It's a way of thinking in practice can be traced to ancient Egypt. That's in the Nile Valley. And Mesopotamia, the 3rd and 2nd millennium BCE. It's that these civilizations' contributions to mathematics, astrology, see, astrology, which is different from astronomy, which is different from astrology. This is what y'all trying to do. NASA does astronomy. And so those most ancient ancestors in the Nile Valley, of course, they're not African-American ancestors, but y'all would argue that till the daggone cows come home. So I don't feel like doing that. But I am telling you that they brought the world mathematics and astronomy and medicine influenced later. Who did they influence later? We don't gotta make this up. It ain't that nobody lied. The white man lying to us about our history. See, whenever you hear a person say the white man lied about our history, that's a red flag on the play. They're trying to trick you because all we got to do is go to the damn encyclopedia and the encyclopedia say different, at least these days, right? But I would even argue that it was always an attempt to bring forth those who did things prior to that, because like I said, it's foundational, meaning in medicine and science, people are standing on the shoulders, on the foundation of what came before that, regardless of where it's at. It goes on to say that, let's see, influenced later Greek natural philosophy of classical antiquity, out of philosophy, you will get science. Wherein formal attempts were made to provide explanations of events in the physical world. Say the Greeks, remember they locked them up for that. They enslaved them for that. They say you're going against the gods. You're atheists. You're impious. You're godless. Because you're trying to explain, attempt to explain natural events. You're trying to provide an explanation of events of this physical world, not through the gods, by natural causes. And so natural philosophy and classical antiquity, wherein formal attempts were made to provide explanations of events in the physical world based on natural causes. After the fall of the Western Empire, you know, Rome fell, right? And went to a dark age. And of course, y'all think the dark age, meaning they was crawling on all fours in the cave. That's bull crap. That simply means they didn't transmit as much literature. They divide up the damn empire. And the barbarians or the people outside of Rome, the tribes outside of Rome, Germanic tribes, they couldn't actually administrate the daggone empire because the shit was vast and it was serious. And it took math and it took some elements of science. It took all that to run a damn empire. It was serious. So watch this. Watch how I move. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, knowledge of Greek conception of world deteriorated in Latin-speaking Western Europe during the early centuries, 400 to 100 CE of the Middle Ages, but continued to thrive in the Greek-speaking Byzantine Empire, aided by translations of Greek texts. So where in the hell did they actually translate the Greek text at, y'all? They did it at the House of Wisdom amongst the Arabs, so in Baghdad. Okay? All right. So I talk about the translating houses where they taking ancient texts and they translating, because why are they translating? Because, man, books and knowledge is the standard. It's actually gold. Ain't nobody coming in and burning up no damn books. We rather translate them and see what they got. Aided by translations of the Greek text, Hellenistic worldview was preserved and absorbed into Arab-speaking Muslim world during the what? The Islamic Golden Age. What is the Golden Age? Islamic Golden Age was a period of scientific, economic, and cultural flourishing in the history of Islam, traditionally dated from the 8th century to 13th century. At this point, you don't hear nothing about white people. White people ain't on the scene yet, because I know you ain't calling the Romans that. Yeah, maybe you could, but we call them Mediterranean, right? They're not here yet. They're not into it yet. Okay? They're just not. So when you say science is white people thing, you just doing too much and you having too much fun and you messing with our education at this point. So we see how the Roman Empire fell. Okay? Then we understand the House of Wisdom, translating houses, preserved it, Arab-speaking world. That's why they were so serious. That the religion didn't make them serious, because the religion made them super serious, they'd still be ruling today, wouldn't they? If the religion made them top-notch on the world stage when they came to other people and other parties, then they still be in that spot. No, it was the golden age of science is when they were serious and when the empire expanded, because they had knowledge, y'all. Not knowledge of God, but knowledge of how the natural world worked. That's what made them serious. That was the foundation of that. And that foundation that came out for people fighting against the damn gods, and thus they called them atheists. So the foundation of the intellectual world is always based on fighting against the damn gods when they try to put it up against you. You can say, I do believe, though. They don't care. You say, oh, it's talking about evolution. He's just pious. That's how y'all do it. It's what the believing brain does. It's what Homo symbolicus do. Funny. So we see this transition from the Romans to the Greeks to the Muslims. No white people yet, right? When we talk about the Portuguese and all that. The Spaniards, those who would circumnavigate the globe. Yeah, those who would later on, based off of dealing with these Muslims and Arabs, would start to build a foundation that would get you to that point. Watch this. It say the recovery and assimilation of Greek works and Islamic inquiries into, look, here we go. This is what you call a whiteboard. Into Western Europe from the 10th to 13th century, revived the learning of natural philosophy to the West. And so Western Europe got to give credit to the Muslims. And the Muslims got to give credit to the Greeks. And the Greeks is going to give credit to the Nile Valley in Mesopotamia. Y'all so busy worrying about the religious aspect of it and how Christianity comes. Y'all missed the real thing. Y'all missed the atheist part of it. Those who went against the state-sponsored religion. It's right here. Those who they said was impious, right? Because they was kicking us up. Y'all say, y'all swear I'm a barbarian at times. Y'all swear that. Oh, you just so, although I do belong to the Facebook group Barbarians. Big up to the damn pseudo killers, man. Whole group of dedicated people who understand this message right here. I ain't even looking at the chat because I know I'm getting taught in the chat. I refuse to look at that chat. No sirree, Bob Dixon. So where we at? So we right here where now the knowledge. So the Western Europe stands on the shoulders of the Islamic Golden Age, and the Muslims stand on the shoulders of the Hellenistic Greek. And the Hellenistic Greeks stand on the shoulders of the ancient societies before them. AE, Africa, and Mesopotamia. Goes on to say traditions of early science were also developed in ancient India and separately in ancient China. The Chinese model having influenced Vietnam, Korea, Japan, and Western exploration. Also, amongst the pre-Columbian peoples in Mesoamerica, Zotec civilization. Zatat, what's that? Zatat. Hold on, I'm not going to do that. Man, how can I say that? I don't know. Man, fucking pronunciation God on y'all. That's how we going to do. Zatat.
Zapotec.
Zapotec civilization established their first known traditions in astronomy and mathematics and producing a calendar. There you go. All right. There you go. See that? And I think this is important. Very important. Okay. Followed by civilizations such as the Maya. All right. That's the history of science. History of science say differently. So now let's go back into it a little bit. Let me show y'all something. All right. So remember we talked about alchemy, right? We want to talk about the history of chemistry, right? Ancient history. Chemistry. Wine, beer, extracting chemical plants, medical perfume, all that is part of chemistry. Soap, make glass, alloys, bronze. All that got something to do with chemistry. All right? Y'all see it right here. I don't read all that. Then you got proto-science of chemistry and alchemy. Remember I talked about alchemy and how out of alchemy, right, comes chemistry. Okay, it's all right here, yo. The modern, it says, however, performing experiments and recording results, alchemists set the stage for modern chemistry. It set the stage. So you ain't supposed to be hollering about alchemy right now because the stage has already been set. That room has been unlocked, y'all. Let me say it again. The room has been unlocked. All right? You should be moving now to chemistry, teaching your kids about chemistry. If you holler, scream, and telling your kids, I want you to be an alchemist, then you know you have pseudorized your damn kids. They supposed to understand what role alchemy played and how now, why should I go to school to be a chemist? Because it is what it is, and it's the next level. That's what you should be telling your kids. Well, I ain't telling you how you should tell your kids. That's the hell I'm telling my kids. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. Have them running around being alchemists. Y'all can do that. All right? There we go. And so let's get some of the early humans. Arguably, the first chemical reactions used in controlled manner was fire. I can tell you now, that's 80,000 years at Pinnacle Point, Africa, Bloomblast Cave, Pinnacle Point, where they got controlled use of fire. And they used the fire to reach, and they kept the fire at a certain temperature so they could melt certain rocks at such a way where it was easy to work with and manipulate to make other tools. If you got better tools, you got better hunting practices. If you got better hunting practices, you got more damn food. You got more food, you got more resources. And if you got more resources, you have more children because you can feed more. And now you can protect the clan and the tribe. And now you can grow. So the foundation of empirical thought has always been to go against the gods. That's why I'm always finding myself in this wild battle of the white man's science. You don't believe, oh, the Africans, they always believe. That, my man, is definitely a trick, because for some wild reason we have fed into, or the African American, the African are the most religious. No, the African on the continent is the most religious because at certain points in time, they got left back based off colonialism. It slowed down the process, man. They underdeveloped Africa, colonial powers. And I know Easy Band is somewhere in the damn bushes. I see you. I know you is trying to recolonize our damn brain. And so they say we the most religious, and y'all fed into it. They say the African American is more Christ than Christ. And in our household, the standard ain't science. The standard is how well you believe. Has to be the standard in most African American houses. And I can say that. I didn't speak in absolutes. I said in most African American houses, they got a Bible, but most African American houses don't got a book on chemistry or anatomy. That's my proof. Wild proof, right? It says, arguably, the first chemical reaction used in controlled manner was fire. However, the millennium, fire was seen simply as a mystical force that could transform a substance into another, burning wood, boiling water, while producing heat and light. It says fire affected many aspects of early society. Yeah, that fire, that chemical reaction, not the gods. I'm just trying to show you. You believe in God, but that damn fire was real. Help cook your meat, help keep you warm. Get cold as shit in the desert. 100 degrees on the daytime, freezing at night. You need some fire. This range from the simplest facets of everyday life, such as cooking. All right. I talk about heat and lighting. Talk about all that. All right. And end up at what? Metallurgy. Glass production. You know, you gotta keep the fire at a certain temperature to start to get that iron. All right. So we're talking about chemistry, though, right? And so since y'all keep thinking that science is white, I'm gonna come to paint for you. Okra, historical use in culture. And I talked about Bloomblast Cave, right? These are some of the earliest processing plants they have of okra. All right. There you go. 100,000 years ago, okra processing workshop is found at Bloomblast Cave, South Africa, indicate that early humans had elementary knowledge of mineral processing. Paintings drawn by early humans consisting of early humans mixing animal blood with other liquids found on cave walls also indicate small knowledge of chemistry. This occurs first in Africa. And then, we debate over the word alchemist, because chem means black, right? I don't want to get into that. It's the black soot that's produced through fire and other processes. There's black soot. Wow. Okay, so now we moving right along, yo. We about to open up them damn lines. All right. For all y'all to claim to not believing is white, which is crazy. We're gonna come to the Rhine Mathematical Papyrus at the damn British Museum. Okay? It's in the Brooklyn Museum. All right. Look it up. It's one of the most well-known mathematical papyrus, also with the Moscow Papyrus. What does it say on the mathematical papyrus, y'all? Why in the hell am I reading this to you? Because there's something in here. Watch this. It says the Rhine Papyrus is the larger but younger of the two, talking about the Moscow. It says, in the papyrus opening, this is they say, this is Egyptians writing this shit. Now Valley. Amos presents the papyrus as what? Giving accurate reckoning of inquiring into things and the knowledge of all things and mysteries and all secrets. I'm gonna say this slow for y'all. In the papyrus opening paragraph, Ames presents the papyrus as, so this is the scribe thinking. He's trying to tell you what this papyrus is for. What is a papyrus? It's the damn mathematical papyrus. It's in the second intermediate period, okay? What is he trying to say to you? Did he say accurate reckoning and inquiring of knowledge and all things through the gods? To know all things? No, that would have been Greece, right? See, this statement right here is what Diaz was basically trying to tell you, that this statement right here, your ass would have been grass in ancient Greece for saying that. Oh, now we starting to get to the point. Okay, I think we're getting it now. So statements that was considered impious and godlessness was actually written in a papyrus. Now we see why at times they couldn't stand the damn Egyptians, because they was making statements like this: accurate reckoning for inquiry into things and the knowledge of all things and mysteries and all secrets. How the hell do you reckon? You reckon with mathematics. What is math? Mathematics is not science, but mathematics is proof. At this early point in time, they ain't saying, hey, yo, the gods is the way to know everything. You know, in Christianity, that's what they say. Islam, Jew, they say that. In Greece, they were saying, boy, to know something, you got to go through the state-sponsored religion. If you say this statement right here, we're going to kill you, enslave you, or put you out. So in actuality, you start to see the trimmings of non-belief right here. Non-belief in the gods. And that seemed not to be a problem in ancient Egypt, whereas though that was a problem in ancient Greece. And I read it earlier. Go back and rewind the damn thing. So accurate reckoning for inquiry. What's the inquiry? We're looking to understand the damn thing. How do you reckon? You reckon to do mathematical formula. This is what the Egyptians was using math for, to understand the world as proof. Science uses math as its proofs. And early in this particular time in the Nile Valley, so don't ever tell me that not believing in the gods, right, or doing something separate of the gods is white, because it's actually not. This would later on get into Greece, the math, and I showed you that process. So let's move on, because right now we definitely cooking. We're coming to the end. The last one, the history of the scientific method. What the hell is an ancient Egyptian Edwin Smith papyrus doing? There are a few exceptions. There are few explicit discussions of scientific methodology and surviving records from early cultures. The most that can be inferred about the approaches to undertaking science in this period stemmed from description of early investigations into nature. How in the hell do you investigate nature, y'all? Do you investigate nature through the gods? I know most of y'all think that. You think you can control the spiritual forces? I know. But that's not how you actually investigate nature, y'all. I just told you. You reckon it through math. You investigate nature through math, yo. Science is the investigation of the natural world to which math is the damn proof. Having nothing to do with the gods. There are few explicit discussions of scientific methodologies and surviving records. Few of them, ain't a lot. From the early cultures. See, they wasn't there yet. It say most that can be inferred about the approaches of undertaking science in this period stems from descriptions of early investigations into nature. In the surviving records, the Egyptian medical textbook, the Edwin Smith Papyrus, 1600 BCE, and for the record, it was taken from more older papyrus, maybe 2500 BCE. It said applies the following components: examinations, diagnosis, treatment, and prognosis to the treatment of disease. It say which displays strong parallels to the basic imperial method of science, and according to G.E.R. Lloyd, played a significant role in the development of this methodology. The Eber Papyrus, 1500 BCE, also contains evidence of traditional empiricism. Then you move on to Mesopotamia and Babylonian. Man, we cooking with hot grease, because when you come here again, as we switch over, we come here again, I'm about to open the lines up too. All right. Edwin Smith is the oldest known surgical papyrus treatise on trauma. All right. Documented, talking about on fractures, wounds, and military surgery. Yeah, that's practical, right? God ain't gonna help that. Okay. It is unique amongst the surviving Egyptian medical papyrus. Why is it unique, y'all? Because it presents, look, here you go, a rational scientific approach to medicine in ancient Egypt, yo. And avoids prescribing magic. That's where y'all at. Y'all in that room. Y'all can't get out the room of magic. Magical thinking. Y'all can't get out that damn room. I'm gonna say it again, man. Y'all cannot get out the room of magic. You can't unlock it. You too busy cussing me out. You too busy saying we monkeys and talking crazy about Charles. Oh, Charles Darwin, your God. Yeah, you locked in the magic room. Boom. Man, y'all love magic. We all tripping. But in ancient Egypt, at this time period, this particular scribe in this particular era, that don't apply to everybody. You already know. It's like right now, yo, you're gonna have some people talking science and everybody else talking magic. So at this point, you had these science. I'm gonna call this a proto-scientist or a medical doctor, at least that. They got enough sense to know, yo, we need to have something that's we gotta be, now hold on, man. We gotta push some shit together because people was down on that battlefield, man. We need to get this together, yo. Okay, we need to get away from the magic. The magic ain't working. The man bled to death. His foot got chopped off. We put the magic spells on it. We said ba ba boom, and he still died. We said the hell with that. We need to figure out. We need to start watching why this is happening, what we should do, and then we're gonna write it down when it works. It say this copy dates to the dynasty 1617, second intermediate period. It says, but look. The original may date from the Old Kingdom. So at least in the Old Kingdom, they was trying to, get the hell away from the magic, y'all. See, and if you getting away from the magic in Rome and in Greece, specifically, they called you a what? they called you an atheist. See? So I'm getting away from the magic, right? Belief is magical. I'm getting away from that, and I get all this damn flack over the last 20 years. I build teams upon teams that's dedicated to scientific inquiry, pseudo killers, community skeptics, the Mossy. I'm a raw squad. The culmination of that is the pseudo killers and the community skeptics. The culmination of it, unlocking rooms to get you to the point where you can just say, yo, I'm just going all science show, no magic thinking at all. I don't give a damn. That's where we at. Now, if you've been following for years, you have unlocked rooms. Now you're sitting there saying, I understand what you're saying. If you ain't been paying attention, you think I'm out of my mind, you think I'm a nut, and I practice white man science. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna drop this link, man. I'm gonna drop this link. We got 75,000 in the room, man. Listen, bro. At that time in history, the Egyptians, even though when you read, here you go, look. What's that say? I say the Atlas. Atlas of the human body, bro. And in the Atlas of the human body, we have this. And I know the whole world went digital. I know y'all went digital. That's what we just talked about. So white people, or you proclaim to be white people, stand on the shoulders of Africans. You know why? Because it's a milestone. That's why. It's a milestone. You don't throw away milestones. Milestones. For millennium, humans have been trying to understand and treat every man of the body ailments. Here are a few examples of achievements in medical first along the way. It's a damn milestone. I'm trying to teach you about the milestones and you howling, screaming at me like I'm wrong for it. It's a damn medical milestone when Charles Darwin come with the biological evolution, which is the foundation of biological evolution. It's a milestone. It's pushing humanity in this direction while y'all dragging me in this direction talking crazy. And then y'all can't even explain it. You need to double talk yourself to death. I'm gonna drop the link now. We're gonna drop the link. Let me see. How much time we got? Yeah, we got half an hour. Y'all got half an hour to talk crazy. Yeah. Look. Atheism, I'm gonna put this, look, atheism has historically been very uncommon in Africa, especially this is, man, look, man, I don't know about all that, bro. It obviously wasn't called that. It obviously wasn't called atheism. It was simply those going against the gods. So you trying to say in Africa, you ain't got nobody saying, that's crazy, that man over there dying, I'm gonna close his womb this way, and I'm gonna do it the same way every time it's gonna work. Are you saying that didn't occur in Africa? Are you saying that 180,000 years ago, at 80,000 years ago, when people are controlling fire, that it wasn't somebody like, boom, 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 make the fire, boom, boom, boom. They're like, that shit ain't working. It's not working. We have some data here that says this is the way we start that. Are you saying that's not what occurred? Because that's what I'm talking about. They called that action that wasn't related to God atheism. It was a pejorative. It was being negative. Don't care what you think you're pulling up right now. Here go the link. Boom. So it's the medical milestones we're talking about. What is the first medical milestone? The Edwin Smith papyrus written in ancient Egypt. 1900 to 1600 BC is the earliest known medical literature. And if you read this right here, right, it simply says, the Edwin Smith written in ancient Egyptian script, I believe that's the heretic. It says 1900, 1600 is the earliest known medical literature consisting of 8 case histories. It describes the condition and diagnosis of treatment. Now watch this, in a rational and systematic way. This is the first time that was recorded history. I'm not saying it didn't happen somewhere else, but I'm saying, but for the first time in recorded history, this is when that particular thought process was found. Just like in 180,000, 60,000 years, when you first see cosmic thought, that doesn't mean that's the first place it happened. It means that's the first time they can actually tell in the daggone strata in the fire record. That's what that's saying. Let's get that straight. We got the first caller. On your mom, what it do?
What's up? Peace. Peace to you, brother.
Peace. What's up?
Yeah, man. No, you hit it absolutely on the head. Actually, I was recently reading up on, some philosophical work, and that was in fact the same reason that got Socrates killed. Going against preaching philosophy, getting towards understanding nature, and that prompted, in fact, Plato's allegory of the cave. When he wrote about the death of his teacher Socrates, how people still stuck in that cave, thinking that they out the cave, but haven't seen not one bit of the light, and us just stuck. So you're absolutely right.
Oh yeah, you hit it right on the nerve with the cave story. That's a deep story. That's serious, right?
Yeah, allegory of the cave from Plato, man. That explains perfectly the dichotomy that we have today with people, man.
Yeah, we you know what? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to read that. That's serious. People in the cave think that's everything, right?
Yes, indeed.
Just like when the Hebrews come up with their little religion at around 500 BCE, when they started getting some literature together at around 200 BCE, they think that's the world. Am I correct?
Yep.
So they actually in the cave.
Yeah, they in the cave, man. They stuck, afraid to turn around, man. Was born and will die in the cave if they don't realize.
Right. It's correct. That's a good well, man. I appreciate that, man. I know you're always over there on the community skeptics too, man. I appreciate that support, bro. You know that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. So I think this lesson is important, okay, for us to understand where we at and where we sit. So if you sitting there in the cave talking about Ankh is out of his mind, if you making statements, well, the Africans didn't do that, then you still in the cave. Because I just showed you papyri showing you how they was trying to get out the damn cave. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, man, and the papyri that you showed, the Adam Smith papyri, that was major influence on ancient Greek. You can see some of the earliest Greek authors that talk extensively about ancient Egypt and their academic mechanisms, how to get to research, like Dr. Mahat was saying, research methodology, trying to understand how to make things work, how it works or how it don't work, just pure scientific inquiry, like you said. And that is what influenced Herodotus. That's where the term history comes from. It's the Greek term for inquiry, to acquire about things, being pure, being critical about the things that you learn. And that's, yeah.
Good point. We got a Psalm says, yes, it's very important to know that the Cometics were indeed skeptics. Yeah, and that don't go for everybody. But the people that needed to be skeptical were skeptical. Right here, sometimes it says something does not add up here. It says the ancient Egyptians were spooky. They believed in their gods, but yet still they were scientific than everyone. Okay, I like that. Let's talk about that. It do add up. America is the most scientific nation on planet Earth. On the other hand, America is the most anti-scientific place on Earth. There you go. It wasn't. Listen, majority of the people in the Nile Valley, they wasn't temple centric like we think. They wasn't Nile centric. People lived in the deserts and the surrounding areas. A lot of people lived outside the Kemet. The Kemet is only that area where the dark soil is. Outside that, right, you had plenty of people, the yard people, the people on the outskirts, the country folk. So you had more country folks back then than you do today. Now you got bustling cities. Egypt was a bustling city too, but it was, relatively small to the population outside of that. Okay, everybody, they had different worships of, but that's my point, that that to fight your spookism right here, because you homo symbolicus, to fight that, it take a lot, man. That's why Negroes fight me right now, because it take a whole lot of understanding, reasoning, whole lot of punishment from your own people that look like you. It take a lot, man. So yes, the numbers is all right now. We look at the numbers on atheism. It's this much. It's this much. Just enough. Go ahead, bro.
And you also gotta think about the literacy rate in the ancient world too, compared to today. Like it's very unfortunate to see how many people have this disdain towards information even today, and in a world where the literacy rate even in America is like 90%, versus where if you go into like ancient Greece or ancient Judah and during the first century, man, Professor I forget her name, but her last name is Kitchen, Kathleen Kitchen. She wrote a book on ancient Palestine and the literacy rate, and in the rural areas, the more outskirts, and in some of these like smaller cities, the literacy rate was less than 1%.
Yeah,
so people believe because they hadn't had access to any type of other knowledge.
Right, you gotta have the literacy level. Got me. It's what was the literacy rate in America?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming that is. I mean, of course, it's a lot higher than it was back then. But
right, of course it is. But it ain't like you think.
Yeah, you might be right on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Person says, "Well, Shaka and them atheists." Nah, they wasn't actually atheists, but Shaka was definitely a skeptic. He was definitely skeptical, right? In some of his works, you'll see that he actually, he chopped off the heads of the priests, right? But there's no real. Be honest with you, man, there's no real documentation that said he did. You know what I mean? His whole very goddamn thing was based on, he was the head priest. Go figure that. But I don't think he believed, that's my speculation. He didn't believe like everybody else. And he put his work was dedicated to building an army and to have that, those fighting tools. That was his thing. He focused on that, though. He definitely focused on the scientific aspect, the technology, right? He definitely, that was his real focus. I'll say that. Then we got right here, we got Ramamada, I can't even say it. It says archaeological evidence shows that early humans practiced religious rituals tens of thousands of years ago. That's a statement. No. Yeah, that's a statement. Yeah, the record don't necessarily say that. Yeah, they don't know.
Remember when they say religious, they are assuming, because this is a time before recorded history, so you can't just automatically assume the purpose of these like burial practices.
Right.
Before our recorded history, you're assuming.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Definitely assuming. All right, so we got Easy Band. Before we get Easy Bands in here to get beat up, because he coming here to get beat up. He can't help himself. He got to get beat up. But man, first of all, man, y'all got to hit the Cash App, man. Seriously, like all jokes aside, y'all gotta show some love in that way, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is how I get it from this channel right here.
Yes, indeed.
So y'all gonna have to, let me see what I got so far. Stop playing, man. $5, $10, $1 million, whatever it is, right? Somebody gotta show some damn support. That we do. We got Mr. Brown. Appreciate you, bro. First love, man. Let's love that, Mr. Brown. Man, that's how you support, man. You're showing, right? You're showing up, and I appreciate you, right? So, bro, love, man. Let's love that. Easy Bands. What the hell do you want to say to this, Easy Man? I can't imagine you saying something. Easy Bands, come on, man. Go ahead. What's up?
Hey man, take it easy on me, bro.
I am.
Don't beat me up too hard. But anyways, pause. But so take this in. So with the topic, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if like you're really like using the topic as, like something you're standing by, or you're just putting it out there like last time. But if we talk about the topic on its own, I'd have to say that atheism comes from white folk. It's white culture. It comes from the Greeks. According now with what you're talking about in terms of ancient Kemet, so are you saying, are you speculating that maybe there were some people within ancient Kemet that held to atheistic beliefs? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying the word itself comes from continental Greece, no doubt about it. Now, okay, so we're not going. That ain't the argument. The conversation is what caused them to call Socrates and Plato and them atheists? What was the thing that said, hey, yo, that statement you made is ungodly. That statement you made is adversive to the gods. You're going against the state-sponsored religion, right? And what I did was I went right to Nile Valley, and I showed the Nile Valley, and I went to the Rhine Mathematical Papyrus, right? Okay, and I'm gonna show you in the Rhine Mathematical Papyrus, they make a statement here. They make a statement that would get their ass murdered. You get murdered. Edwin Smith, look, if you went to continental Greece, right, and said this, and said this, hold on, made this statement, hold on, they definitely gonna kill you up. Not the Edwin Smith, the Rhine. Yeah, the Rhine, here you go. Now, if you go to continental Greece and say, in the opening, if Ames said this in front of Greek officials, it say the accurate reckoning for inquiring into things and the knowledge of all things and mysteries and all secrets. If you said that, they'd be like, what? Nah, God, the gods is the way for understanding all things and all knowledge. Yo, they would actually lock this man up and call him an atheist. So I'm not saying the word, I'm saying the thought process is already here, because it's that thought process, right? That's the first attempt to separate, watch this. The Edwin Smith Papyrus is the first attempt to separate from magic, bro. They didn't quite reach it. They didn't get there, but they was definitely saying, look, we cannot use magic. We got to use rational thought. When I say magic, that's just an ancient word for saying ritual, religious things, belief. That's all it is. Same thing. They try to make your religion halfway crook. They just practice on the same thing. Whether Jesus, whatever, is all magic. Moses, the staff is all magic, right? I'm simply saying, bro, that in those time periods, that's going to get you killed in Greece. And I read in Diop's work where he told you how in ancient Egypt, making a statement like that wouldn't get you killed. Okay. But in Greece, making a statement like that would get you killed. He said it. Do I got ready to get easy bands?
No. I mean, let's just go with what you're saying, right? My point is that if we look at the definition of atheism, that what you just read from the papyrus does not match the definition of atheism at all. This basically is just somebody.
Read. We don't got to argue. Go ahead.
All right. Atheism is the rejection of an assertion that a deity exists. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there.
Yeah.
The papyrus that you read does not say that at all.
Agreed.
At all.
Agreed.
I agree with what you're saying, that it introduced a new idea.
We got to freeze. That's what, look, atheism is the rejection and assertion that a deity exists. That's what it later on became. But let's go to continental Greece now. Now read the next one. In the narrower sense, go ahead.
Positive atheism is specifically the position that there are no deities.
Keep going.
Again, effectively taking the stance of a positive claim in regards to the existence of any god or goddess. The English term atheist was used at least as early as the 16th century, and atheistic ideas and their influence have a longer history.
So at this point, you say you're cooking, right?
I mean,
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, listen, right now, where the term is now, right? I'm not saying it. I'm saying in continental Greece at the time when they created. Now we're gonna go to the origins of it. Go ahead. Now you're gonna see this the time periods that we talked about now, right now. Now, you know terms evolve over time, correct?
Yep.
But it didn't start out with the early definition. I think that's important. Let's go to the primitive. Go ahead. Go.
So etymology, right? We're talking about this doesn't. So if we're talking about etymology, it's where the word came from. It doesn't mean that that's the meaning of the actual word.
Right? I got you, bro. Hey, bro, just keep reading though. Go ahead. Let me see what you come. I'm gonna let you come and go.
In early ancient Greek, the adjective atheos, from the privative God, meant godless.
Privative A. That's like the A province, the A in front of the word. Go ahead.
So the etymology itself means godless.
All right, keep going.
Okay, so it's still beating you up. All right. It was first used as a term of censure, roughly meaning ungodly or impious.
Stop right there. I want you to explain. Go ahead and teach him, Easy Man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You teach. Go.
So it meant ungodly. So it meant something disconnected from God.
It was. Do it say first use, or am I tripping?
So it says it was first used as a term of censure, roughly meaning ungodly or impious.
Okay.
Right? Now hold on. So hold on, Ankh. One second.
Okay.
It was first used as roughly meaning ungodly. So that right there is already separating the person from God. So whatever the person is doing has got nothing to do with God. That's what they're saying. And then it also says,
hold on. So we do agree that it first meant ungodly.
Yes.
So so what made a person ungodly? The damn statements out of their damn mouth that's not supporting the state-sponsored religion. So you can figure that out, right? Am I tripping?
So, yeah, it could be a statement that doesn't. It could be a statement that somebody makes that basically shows that they don't believe in a God.
Gotcha.
Or it could be their acts that show that they don't believe in a God.
Gotcha.
So it could be a lot of things. But basically, the pivotal point is that God is involved in it. Now, when you separate yourself from God or the thought that the God exists, that's when you become ungodly.
Hold on, you move. No, we're gonna tell you when you came ungodly. It's all here. You teaching right now, Easy Man. You're not Easy Man. You're in the trap and the lock. You about to lock the gate on yourself. Go next in the 5th century. No, it's all good. Listen, you teaching.
Hold on.
Nope. Read next in the 5th. Listen,
but you're picking and choosing.
I'm not
like you're ignoring. You're ignoring what it says.
Easy Man, hold on. We're gonna do this real smooth. Like, listen, I have to concede that the form that it has evolved into now, you would, first of all, you wouldn't have had that word in Africa. So we got that, right? So you're winning. You're up 2-1. Okay.
Where's your
next point? Hold on. Next point. You wasn't hearing the person say, I don't believe in no God. Right? There's not even Shaka. You can't find it. So you up, listen, you up 3 points, yo. But I ain't got the ball yet, yo. You cooking right now. I'm not, listen, I like this. You teaching. Now we gotta go to the next sentence, yo.
All right, let me just bring it back right quick. I'll go to the next sentence.
I said you winning already. Why are you trying to go ahead? Double down. Do all you got to do. Go.
All right. So under etymology, the first thing it says in early ancient Greek. Okay. So now we're talking about the Greek context, early ancient Greek context.
Wait, we ain't talking about Africa, bro.
I know, but I just want to clarify, right, before I go on. So it says in early ancient Greek, the adjective atheos meant godless. All right.
Right. So it means God. It don't mean you don't believe in God. It don't mean that. It means boy, you're godless.
Somebody who's godless, right? Somebody who doesn't believe in a God.
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't have a God.
No, you made that up. It just say no. It means godless. That means a person like you or somebody else can say, boy, you godless.
What does that mean?
Because it's based off of statements you make out your mouth. That if you just sit there and look at a person, they don't know. As soon as you open your mouth, they're gonna say, "Oh, what you just said, I'm saying you godless." Can we agree to that?
No.
So how do you know a person godless if they just looking at you? How would you know?
I know that a person is godless if they don't believe in God and they.
But how you know? No. You're right. But how do you know they don't believe in God?
By their actions. By their actions. And
all right, move on. Easy man, move on. Keep moving.
So okay. So it meant godless, and I'll get the definition for godless later if you want.
All right, go ahead,
and then it says it was first used as a term to censure, roughly meaning ungodly or impious. So impious basically
it's a term of censor. What was they trying to censor? Easy man.
What were they trying to censure?
I'm going to score a bucket on you. I'm going to dunk on you. What was they trying to censor? I'm dunking. I'm starting at the free throw line. You now see the bottom of my damn feet. You're moving out the way. What was they trying to censor, Easy Man?
You tell me.
God, you don't know? Let me dunk on you. Boom! Right. They were trying to censor those that was talking about things that didn't require the gods. The people was making empirical statements and priests. And you fouled me when I dunked on you. So now I'm shooting my free throw.
Okay. So hold on.
Now,
so
hold on. No, I'm not generalizing. Listen, bro, do you know this is well documented? I said the score we now 4-3.
It ain't no 4-3. How? When etymology, hold on, it literally says right there, right? In early ancient Greek, the adjective atheos meant godless, brother. How do you think? How are you catching up to 4-3 already? When
I dunked on you.
When the term itself, atheism, means no God, right? Somebody who doesn't.
But it don't mean you don't believe in God at that point in time. Can we repeat that?
But hold on.
And classical Greek says in context.
So hold on. The term itself, atheism, means somebody that doesn't believe in a God. All right. The etymology.
No, it don't. No, listen to me. Easy band. Come on, bro. It don't mean that yet. You get it? Now, because it transitioned to the early, like the age of enlightenment when it starts saying you don't believe in God. That's all the way then, yo. They don't got the records to say that man said he don't believe in God. You got to go, like, you might find like one person in the 4th century, but for the most part, that term we're using now is a modern rendition of atheism now. We say, I don't believe in God. That's new.
So was that a fallacy?
Ben, want to say something, Ben?
No, I said, so is that a fallacy for us to impose our modern day concept of God
Yeah, that's stupid. No, I ain't going to do that. The article ain't going to let you do it. But, Easy man, you're trying to do it, but I'm telling you, in ancient Greece.
Let me read what ungodly means, the core definition. It means ungodly refers to a disposition or behavior that is irreverent towards God, rejects divine authority, or operates independently of God's moral will.
You just dagged yourself, Easy. You
travel, bro.
So what's the point? How did I travel?
I got the ball back now. So now keep reading. Go ahead. In the 5th century,
the word began to indicate more deliberate and active godlessness in the sense of severing relations with the gods or denying the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm back up.
So that's 400 BC? No, I told you. I said there are also people at 400 BCE that you find they start. I said that. I ain't tripping.
But it says or denying the gods, right? So it literally.
But it's like they angry with the gods, not that they don't believe.
Brother, it's not saying that. It doesn't say that they're angry. It says that it basically means in the sense of or denying the gods, bro.
Denying the gods how? By believing that they don't exist.
Rejecting them, saying they don't exist. Brother, it's talking about rejecting the gods, saying denying them their authority, their power, their morals, etc. It's saying, hey, we're not playing by these rules. We don't identify these gods as our gods. We don't even accept them.
Right.
But that don't mean they didn't believe in other gods. They just weren't accepting those deities.
And
no. So it says
Christians were called
King J. It says the gods. So it's talking about the gods in general.
And then read the next sentence.
Talking about the.
All right. So let's read the next sentence. The term asebus, which is a different term than atheos, asebus then came to be applied against those who impiously denied or disrespected the local gods, even if they believed in other gods. So that's a different term you're talking about now.
Same term, brother.
Asebus is the same term as atheos?
You gotta read how they spelling it.
Christians were called atheists.
No, so let's read how they spelling it.
Are they atheists? No, they
so let's read out how they spell it.
Atheos.
Brother, Asebos.
You got a verb and a noun. Come on, y'all. I'm not teaching now. I'm not teaching English now.
Right, and then look at the word. Look at the word, easy man, where it says from the primitive, and it says God, meant godless. So it's the same word, brother.
Hold on. You said
they give me the root. They give me the root.
No. These are two different words, though, brother.
They're not two different words, brother. I'm looking at it. If you start at the top, it says the adjective atheos from the primitive is spelled A plus O-E-O-S. If you look how it's spelled down there, it's the same thing. They get giving you the primitive root word of it.
Brother,
it's the same word. It means godly. What does it mean? What does asebos mean?
Hold on. Let me just ask.
No, give me the definition of the word.
I will. I promise you I will. Ankh, is this the atheos? I don't know why that. Yeah, if you could remove that. Is the word atheos up here, right? After at the beginning of etymology. Is the word atheos over there the same as asebus down here?
Click on asebus where it says in the early Greek, the adjective atheos.
Brother,
read.
brother, it's no problem. I'm gonna answer.
Comprehension, brother. Read. It's telling you.
No, did y'all see it? I just clicked the word. Can y'all see this? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
All right,
Is it the same word?
He tripping.
No, relax.
Same word.
It's class. Yo, relax. Yo, we good. Here you go. That's the word I clicked on right here. Etymology. It's an adjective. Pronounce. Hold on. It's a Greek adjective. Is an adjective, yo. It's ungodly, godless, unholy, sinful. There you go. That's it.
Okay, Ankh, my question was, is
This
it the
is
same
obviously
word?
not them calling themselves this. This
Is it the same word?
term applied to them.
It's the same word. Look. I mean, look. I mean, you know how you got a verb? Come on, bro. I know we ain't doing
No. So
He don't know what verbs mean, brother.
No, brother. I'm saying it could be a synonym. It could be what is synonym?
It's not a synonym. It's not.
Synonym.
It's not.
Yeah. It could
Even in words, you lose. So hold on. Let's move. Let's move.
It's not the same word, bro. That's all.
It don't gotta be the same. It's a verb, yo. Like you got cars and like you put the S on it. It's the way the Greeks count they think.
They interchangeable. The words are interchangeable. So move on, brother.
I'm gonna move. We're gonna listen. You want stay right. Listen, we can't get bogged down on that.
Okay, I agree.
You know I can put it in ChatGPT, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Let's keep moving.
I agree. But as we can see, these are two different words. They
interchangeable words.
Huh?
Well, then it kills your point then. If it's two different words, then this word right here, primitive. Look, alpha, primitive, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's the A. It's the A, yo. See the A, the prefix, the A.
Yep.
Atheos. Whatever it follows, that means you're against. I don't want to get into all that with you, but I want to stay right here. I want to keep the right there.
Look,
so you saying this word, God, look. Look, adjective, atheos. It's an adjective, yo. It's an adjective. You know what an adjective is?
Ankh, I'm not arguing that.
So you saying that this word, hold on. Wait. You saying this word is different from this word, right?
I'm saying they're not the same word.
I know, but it's
they mean the same thing. Damn, brother.
Okay, so listen. So it's saying it's God. Hold on. So it's godless then.
King J, look.
Denying the gods. It's right here.
Why y'all not trying to hear me though?
We hear you, brother, but you're not making sense.
King J, what am I saying?
You're saying
the term.
I'm saying that these words are interchangeable.
Hold on. We can read.
What am I saying?
Hold on, we'll do this. Listen, easy band. Let's just do this. It says the adjective atheos from the pervasive a province, right? It says meant godless.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, it was first used as a term of censor. What was they trying to censor, bro? We're gonna get to it. Roughly meaning ungodly.
Yeah.
Roughly impious. Then it says in the 5th century, the word began to indicate a more deliberate. So in early forms, it wasn't deliberate. Now it starts to have a more deliberate, indicate a more deliberate and active godliness. See, in the sense of severing relations with the gods or denying the gods.
Yeah.
The term atheist, then came to be applied against those who, impiously denied and disrespected the local gods. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Arguing that. We're not
arguing that either.
Okay, so then what the hell is you? Let's keep going. If they believe in another gods, even if they believe in other gods, the modern translation and classical text sometimes render atheos as atheistic, right? As an abstract noun. Okay, and look, we can just keep going, but the point is, we okay right now. Yeah, they called the early term found frequent use, right, in debate between early Christians, like you.
Easy Band's looking for a tech. He's looking for an easy way out. Now he done stuck his foot in his mouth. Now he's trying to get up out of there.
Let's go, Easy Band.
The point that King J was trying to make was that even if they pray to other gods, that's what he was trying to make, I think, right?
It's sometimes they do. Yeah, they could mean that too. But watch this. Let's go to
But in terms of those two words, the two different words, they might be related, they might be synonyms.
Okay, all right, but they mean the same. They have the same general meaning. They said that. Now look, let's go to classical Greece now. This is important. This is where I'm blowing you out. It was a good first quarter, bro. Now this is where you blowing out.
Bro,
it says, go ahead, Easy Band. Go ahead, read that.
So in Western classical antiquity, theism was the fundamental belief that supported the legitimacy of the state, the polis, later the Roman Empire. So
okay, so hold on. So it's telling you that theism, or the belief in God was what, yo, supported the legitimacy. Like this is important, yo. Like, nigga, this is what we are legitimate because the gods say we are. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
All right, now keep going. Now we go. Now I'm dealing with the term historically.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I can apply the thought to the Nile Valley. Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So historically, and let's agree that this is after ancient, like the early ancient Greece. So classical Greece. Historically, any person who did not believe in any deity supported by the state was fair game to accusations of atheism, a capital crime.
Okay. So we got it. Any person not believing in a deity supported by the state. Right now, let's go.
Right.
Charges. Now let's deal with how they start to apply it, because now it's recorded. Go. Charges. Go ahead.
So, charges of atheism, meaning any subversion of religion, were often used similarly to charges of heresy and impiety as a political tool to eliminate enemies.
So, babe, you can just make shit up. If I'm your enemy, I can make shit up. I can say easy bands. Look, I'm a pagan, yo. You don't believe in a God. You don't believe in my pagan God. You be like, what? I ain't even said it. Yeah, we're gonna kill you anyway. I just make shit up about you. You say, wait a minute, I believe in Jesus Christ. No, bro. See that? I just make that shit up. Keep going.
Okay, early Christians were widely reviled as atheists because they did not participate in cults of the Greco-Roman gods.
You see that? You see?
Yep.
So they first, that early terms applied to Christians too, bro, which is wild, but that's what it is. We can't get away from that. Keep going.
So early, so where was it? All right, during the Roman Empire, Christians were executed for their rejection of pagan deities in general, and the imperial cult of ancient Rome in particular. When Christians became the Roman state religion under Theodosius the First in 380, heresy became a punishable offense.
All right, so it's clear right here that term can be applied any kind of damn way you want to. Don't mean that you're ungodly. It just means maybe I'm not dealing with your state-sponsored religion. You get it? Now here's where this is important. Now let's deal with the philosophy part of it. This is where this is important. Go. It say the roots.
Yeah. So the roots of Western philosophy. All right. The roots of Western philosophy began in the Greek world. Okay. In the 6th century BCE. The first Hellenic philosophers were not atheists.
All right. That's my point, bro. They wasn't actually atheists, but since we had read, now our mind is open, we say they can apply that shit to anybody they want. Just say something that they think go against the God. I'm gonna call you atheist. These early philosophers, they wasn't even atheists, bro, but they said you are. But there's a reason why they said they was atheists. Keep going though, Easy Band.
Okay, but they attempted to explain the world in terms of processes of nature instead of by mythological accounts.
Okay, so listen. That's why when I brought you to here, I brought you here on purpose, bro.
Yep.
I brought you right here. That's why I brought you here. Listen, here you go. Look, listen. Now read this. Read that line, Easy Bands. Go ahead.
In the papyrus opening paragraphs, Amos presents the papyrus as giving accurate reckoning for inquiring into things and the knowledge of all things, mysteries, and all secrets, he continues.
So dude he just explained it. He's saying, yo, if you really want to know about the world, if you want to know about all things, that's everything that he know of in this world, all the mysteries and all the secrets, yo. He don't mention the gods though. He say what? Math, yo. Look, math. Here you go. He's telling you. And I'm saying if he was to say that in Greece, they say, what, boy, you're an atheist.
So
trying to explain something. You mean to tell me you can tell about the mystery in all things without using the gods? That's all I said, Easy Band. I said nothing else. I said their way of thinking would have been considered to be against the gods. That was my whole point there, bro. That's why I said that. Do you get it now?
I understand your point. I understand your point.
Now hold on. I had no other point but that was important. And I got that from Diaz. So, but hold on. So keep going. This is important. So now the mathematical papyrus ain't talking about things mythological, is he?
Well, kinda. Because you have to do incantations and chants and utterances, and you still
No,
doing.
I'm talking about the math. Listen, I ain't talking about that. I'm saying that mathematical papyrus.
Well,
that
yeah, you still have.
papyrus, Amos. He's saying if you want to know all things, you do proper reckoning through math. He's not talking about no gods right there at all.
Well, when he mentions the mystery system, he is right. He's talking about
he don't say no mystery. He said all. He's just saying mysteries. He said you use math. He don't say nothing else about no mystery system. He say the mysteries. I'm back to easy man. Wake up. Don't fall off into something else. Keep going. I know you're trying to figure out your way. I'm saying, come on, bro. Where you at?
Right,
you right here now.
So where are we going? Where we at? Mythological accounts. Thus, lightning was the result of wind breaking out and parting the clouds.
Okay, so keep going.
And earthquakes occurred when the earth is considerably altered by heating and cooling.
Keep going.
The early philosophers often criticized traditional religious notions. Xenophanes, 6th century BCE, famously said that if cows and horses had hands, then horses would draw the forms of gods like horses. So hold on. Then horses would draw the forms of gods like horses, and cows like cows. Another philosopher, Anaxagoras.
Go ahead.
Anaxagoras from 5th century BCE claimed the sun was a fiery mass larger than the Peloponnese. A charge of impiety was brought against him, and he was forced to flee Athens.
So he had to leave Athens. He's trying to tell you what the hell a sun is. He's trying to say it's made out of this. It's not made by gods. Keep going. The first fully materialistic, as we talking about. Look. You see it?
Yeah. So the first fully materialistic philosophy was produced by the atomists, Leucippus. Yeah, and Democritus, 5th century BCE, who attempted to explain the formation and development of the world in terms of the chance movements of atoms moving in infinite space.
Yeah, they ain't even talking about no damn gods. So they trying to do what the Egyptians was trying to do. They trying to stop trying to explain things through the gods and just understand through the natural world. And that do not mean that you don't believe in gods. You just explain something using the natural word and leaving out the gods. Now watch this. For political reasons, this is important, bro. Go.
So for political reasons, Socrates was accused of being atheist.
This is my point. So they accuse this man of being a damn, and you can read the trial, bro. Why did they accuse him? Go ahead, yo.
For refusing to acknowledge the gods recognized by the state. Then Athenian public associated Socrates 470 to 399 BCE with the trends in pre-Socratic philosophy towards naturalistic inquiry and the rejection of divine explanation for phenomena.
That's all he was doing, bro. Yeah. They trying to get the hell out their way, yo. Yo, Homo sapiens get in their damn way. When you try to imply religious thought, when you try to say the gods did it, bro, the gods brought the flood, bro. It's the gods that flooded the damn thing because they mad. The Bible clearly tells you that God get mad and he bring a flood. Okay, they didn't say, well, whoa. Let's explain that maybe the earth tilted, more rain came. That's all they was doing, bro.
Now so let me ask you this then.
No, before you know, you're trying to ask me something to throw us off. Because right now, you getting it right now. That don't mean you agree, but you get the hell I was talking about. Keep going.
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Aristophanes' comic play, The Clouds, performed in 423 BCE, portrayed Socrates as teaching his students the traditional Greek deities that the traditional Greek deities did not exist. Socrates was later tried and executed under the charge of not believing in the gods of the state and instead worshiping foreign gods. Socrates himself vehemently denied the charges of atheism at his trial. All the surviving sources about him indicate that he was a very devout man who prayed to the rising sun and believed that the oracle at Delphi spoke the word of Apollo.
See?
While
So just go ahead.
While only a few of the ancient Greco-Roman schools of philosophy were subject to accusations of atheism, there were some individual philosophers who espoused atheist views. The peripatetic philosopher Strato of Lampsacus did not believe in the existence of gods. Okay, so we have a real atheist there. And
now you see it starting.
I'm back on top.
No, you're not, because I wasn't talking about this time. I told you it's going to end up getting to this point where we're at today. I already told you that. You get it, I know where it ended up at. But my point was that it's based here. All right, so we good right there. All right. So I always appreciate you though, bro. It's always a good conversation for me, right? But do you got Diop's book? You got this?
No, I don't.
Wow, you don't. That's interesting.
Let me just say something that you probably like.
Go ahead. I might like it, I might not.
We'll talk. I just learned something right here. All right. So that's real right there, right?
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand your argument.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like that. But at the same time, when I do get a chance, I want to rebuttal the whole thing.
You take your time whenever you want. You ain't got time today to do it. But you understand you want to rebuttal.
But I understand your argument.
Huh?
I said, but I understand your argument and what you're trying to teach us. I understand it.
So watch this. Now watch this. This Shigant, are you familiar with Shigant Diop?
Yep. But I understand your argument and what you're trying to teach us.
All right, go ahead, King J, put the mute on it. This is what Diop says on page 335. Science in the hands and developed by the body of service to the state, with which it was born. The clergy, the source of science in Egypt. You understand that? Diop is saying that the clergy is actually the source of science in Egypt. You got that, right?
Yeah.
He says, and the state that it serves can therefore not enter into conflict for the sake of science or anti-intellectualism or sectarianism, as in continental Greece. So he's saying, they can't do what they did to the Greek philosophers in Egypt. You get that? Because it's the actual priest that's trying to get science. You get, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying, man.
I'm listening.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I'm with you.
Okay. It says, in Athens, Anaxagoras, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle were all sentenced to death, or almost were, because they taught scientific ideas received from Egypt and well ahead of the local institutions. It say, while the Egyptian religion engendered science, Athenian religion tradition protected itself from science of the Egyptians' origin. It say, and this very situation explains the difference in the compared evolution of Egyptian and Greek societies. Do you get what that man is saying? He's saying you can say the same things you said in Greece, they would call you an atheist, right? We know they didn't have the word atheist in Egypt, but they wouldn't mess with you for going against what the gods are saying. You get that? You get the point I'm making?
Yep.
Okay, and then I showed you the Edwin Smith papyrus, where you see them even go as far as they have empirical data and they fight to separate it. It wasn't all separated yet because you can move on to the next page in the papyrus and they start talking about the gods and the spells, but they don't mix the spells in at that time. It'd be like you going to the doctor, right? And he writes your prescription, and then at the bottom of the prescription, he says, John 3:16. You get it? Right. When do they get to the point where they just write your prescription and don't put John 3:16 on that? I am telling you that at this early time in history, the Egyptians had cures, but they still had the daggone scripture at the bottom of it. They wasn't there yet. And I'm saying by the time you get to Greece, because remember I said everybody stay on top of each other? When you get to Greece, and they start saying, oh, you're atheist. It was a pejorative. We read it. It said it was a pejorative. It was negative, right? It's a pejorative. Hold on. So the point I'm trying to make here is that one is a transition to get you to the point where you totally separate your science from your religion. And two, the Egyptians was on their way. And if the Greeks were in Egypt, they would look them in the face and say, you are an atheist. That's what I'm trying to say. It's simply because they were simply bringing ideas that was against the state-sponsored religion. That's all this shit started out with. Now, in modern times, y'all use it as a project. Yeah, do they use the word as a damn? They do, bro. Right now, they use this shit as a pejorative, bro.
So Ankh, the term had a real meaning, right? But it was used unfairly to persecute people that, you know, for whatever reason politically that you didn't like.
And it's still
read, right? And we read that. So people would accuse if
keep talking.
Yeah, so people would accuse you if they don't like you for whatever political reason. They would accuse you of being an atheist, just to get you out of there. It doesn't mean that you were a real atheist, right? But
that's right. Not saying it.
Yeah, but even
there is no hold on. In the beginning, there was no real atheist. Whatever they said it was. Yo, that's the point.
It was. We read that.
It wasn't. Yo, they called the Greek philosophers atheists. They were like, man, that's not. We read it. They say, man, I believe they still killed him. Took him to trial. He said, I believe in God.
All right, man.
Right. You get my point, though. I'm saying what's real is speculative, bro.
No, Ankh.
It is, yo. It is, bro. It is,
so look, what you did was you went down to philosophy, et cetera, and you forgot everything you read before that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't, because I said in historical times, it started out. No, it didn't. No, it started out. I'm not going back over that again. It started out as a pejorative, and I said it evolved to what it means today.
No, so from the start, it had that meaning.
No, it didn't, because we went to the origin of it, the origin of the damn word. That's what got you.
It did, so we could go back and see what the ancient Greek.
Hey, King J, didn't we already read the origin of the word meant, yo?
Yeah, both of them.
So, all right, King J, let me ask King J. King J.
It simply meant ungodly, yo, and then it's up to you, the person calling me ungodly, to make up what the fuck you think. Huh?
It said godless.
Yeah, I know. They said the Greek philosophers were godless, bro, which is crazy, because it was a political maneuver because they were bringing ideas of innovation.
But we read that one of them was actually God. He didn't believe in the gods at all, any god.
All right, bro, that's one out of the okay. So now you're gonna take the one as the overall standard. Obviously, the standard wasn't that. The standard wasn't that. The standard was the most philosophers. They wasn't like, and it talked about the different schools. And most schools wasn't charged with that. That's the point. Did you forget that? Most of the Greek schools of philosophy wasn't charged with atheism, but they were still trying to bring ideas, right? That was to the natural world. Easy Bands. But look, Easy Bands, I'm at this point. Look, man, why don't y'all hit the daggone Cash App, man? Show some dang love, man.
To be continued, Hey,
go ahead and refute. How you like to do? You say you like to refute it.
No, it's all good. To be continued on the next one, because it's about to end, right? Thanks for bringing me up, man. It was a great presentation, and I actually learned something, right? So
yeah. Respect. And that's a good thing, bro. When we start to learn things, so we can then we start to have a better practical understanding, and you'll find out that I'm not the guy to say you can't believe in God and still understand science. I'm not that guy, because that'd be ridiculous. What I will say is that when you start looking at the percentages of scientists that believe, right, you're gonna have maybe they'll say maybe 35% of the scientists believe in God. But then when you get to the higher sciences, you'll say the higher sciences, like the Royal College, the top level, you'll find, even if they do, you'll find like 3 to 4% of them, right? You say, well, damn, why do the 3 to 4% believe? And you'll ask them, what is it that they believe? And they don't believe in the walking on water. They don't believe things came out of nowhere. They'll simply say, well, I believe because I believe. What I will say is, what you believe, as long as you don't bring it to the science classroom and bring it to the lab, that's not a problem. You feel me? That's not an issue, and that's not a problem. You on mute.
Yeah. So like I said, I just don't want to keep going back and forth. I understand.
You ain't going back and forth, easy, man. Can you mix your science with your religion?
What's that?
Can you mix your science with your religion and have good science?
Yeah.
Okay, right. That's the next one. I'm gonna beat you up on that one next. Because I just showed you how they were trying to separate it. The world went to another level once they separated the two.
But you have to realize, Ankh, that the people that were initially entering into science were doing so because of their understanding that we live in an intelligent world. Like we believe that we have a creator. There's intelligence and information behind everything. So that way, if you have that belief, then you can start trying to decipher your environment around you. You can start trying to decipher why this happens, why that happens, and put A to Z. I mean, put points together to come up with a scientific explanation. But if you don't believe in the creator, that means that everything is just random. Why would you even start to try to look for any science or try to figure anything out? Because there's no order.
You gotta eat, yo. You need to be able to find that water. You need to develop a system that we can transmit to the next generation of finding that water. And the shit gotta be empirical, or else you're dying. You gotta be able to how to get to the food source. How you hunt a daggone charging buffalo. You gotta develop a tool, and then you gotta develop a method of how you do it. Because too many people's getting ran over and killed. How do you plant crop that grow? You got crops you plant that didn't grow, some that did. Over time, you learn, wait, there's a method to doing this. We need to rotate the crops. So all that's the science part. Because when you pray to the gods, God, please let it grow. And you kept planting in the same spot, all the nutrients got sucked out. No matter how many times you prayed, the crops wouldn't grow. Now people dying from starvation. You get it, bro? That's it.
Yeah, but you get my point too, right?
Yeah, I get your point. You have no point.
All right, man.
That is your point. Easy man actually has no point in this conversation. You're just part of the tree of learning, like all of us are. Easy man.
All right, let me just end with this. All right. So the topic that you came up with, basically, you crucified yourself with that one because atheism is a white man's culture. It comes from the white man, Greece. So I'll just end with that. But it was a pleasure, man, and thanks for bringing me up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I mean, are you denying that? Are you denying that? It didn't come from Greece?
No, it came from those who started to it came from those who started to question the gods having anything to do with their empirical data that they producing. So it did not start it started with early humans, bro. Early humans who decided to break it. Listen, it started with early humans that did empirical things. You act like, so you basically saying the early man popped up with God.
So you're saying that anybody?
No, I asked you a question. I asked you a question. You saying the early man started with a God?
I'd say yes. We've always had, because if you look at us today, we're designed with the urge to want to believe in something greater than ourselves.
All right, that's our next conversation. The early man had an urge. Hey man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hit the damn cash app, show some love, y'all.
All right, salute, peace and blessings,
man. Man, make sure y'all go ahead and like and subscribe, man. To the community Skeptics, man. Hero Killers, man. Yeah. Man, really? Really? I thought it did that smooth. Where y'all at? Where you at, man? I dropped the link. Where the hell y'all at? What time is it? Get the link. I dropped the link like 10 times already, man. Y'all playing, man. Drop the link, man. I couldn't believe it was that hard. Yo, the religious shit be killing you, yo. You be like, God dang, man. Like, so, the study is powerful, man. And what I will tell you is that the term atheism did actually evolve over time, man. It just did. And the fact that anybody would argue that the term didn't evolve over time shows you don't even understand the subject matter. You shouldn't even be in the conversation, man. What atheism means today is not what it started out meaning. It started out with anybody going against the state-sponsored religion, the civic deities. That's what it started out being. Anybody going against the God, anybody going against the established, quote-unquote, knowledge that came through the gods, man. To the point where they was calling Christian atheists, Muslims calling the Christians atheists calling the Romans calling it was all over the damn place. And it was a pejorative. Socrates and Plato, and they wasn't teaching the kids the wrong thing. They was giving them they was giving a basic understanding of the natural world. And they was like, yo, that's bad behavior. That was bad behavior to them. Because they was actually thinking, man, you got to feed the gods. They really thought that. Man, what's up, Sosa? What it do, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, chilling, man. Enjoying my little time off, man. Watching the games and shit, man.
You and me both, man. Watching the games was good, ain't they?
Yeah, first game was boring, but the little Rams game is pretty good.
And the snow, that was good. They was playing hard.
Yeah, I don't like all that. I don't like all them snow games.
Nah, it was good. You even get there,
I
you
want them
don't.
all to be in dome, man. I want them to outlaw that.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. You take the fun out of it, bro.
I'm trying to watch no football game. They can't even throw the ball 5-2 score. I ain't trying to watch.
Man, they was doing that anyway, though. So what you think about the topic?
I think I caught most of it last night. I saw some of it now, but yeah, I that's a good topic. I got y'all point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the point. His point was, I don't know what his point was.
Yeah, so he was trying to. So he was trying to say the word never, that it didn't evolve, like it started off.
Yeah, he was trying to say that what we say now. When we say denying God, he say that's what he thought the term was. That always been that. I say nah, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was asking, why would he think that?
Try to tell him. Oh, give me damn. I mean, all the way down to the very last compound.
Yeah, that's a bold move. Like the first people that try, they're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like it takes a build up to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like you could just be like, man, God, kiss my ass. They probably call you. You know what I'm saying? That's ungodly to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespecting the God. I mean, kiss me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that don't mean you don't believe in the God. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
So yeah.
That's a funny ass example. You're a funny guy, man. Funny. What's up? What's up? Damn, Cedric, what's up, bro?
Spinoza had the audacity, the simple audacity as a 16, 17-year-old to take off the spooky glasses and start reading the Bible and asking simple questions. All he did was ask questions. They outlawed the boy, banned him, and gave him punishment worse than death. That means his own family had to disown him. And if you understand that he was a Jew already in a small community in the Netherlands, you could imagine how it would be to be literally dead to everyone around you. Spinoza, right? And all he did was ask some questions. Like, we take for granted the power of the state and the power of religion back in those days, right? You wasn't just getting up and calling yourself a real black atheist and going against the state-sponsored religion. Every power that the state had came by means of their divine authority by the gods. You take away the power of the gods, you're taking away the power of the state. I will have your head.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, man, listen, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you who people don't bring up is that Shavaka philosophy in India. It's about 6th century BC. He outright denying all that shit.
Yeah.
No karma, no Vedas. He was like pure rationalism.
Yeah, I wasn't having none of it.
And empirical perceptions, and like that's the only way to get knowledge. So he was like way ahead of his time, but like he wouldn't fall into eight because that wasn't a word that they would use. That's in India, but yeah, he was ahead of his time with that. Way ahead of his time, man.
He was way ahead.
Way ahead.
Way ahead. And so right here we had did the term atheism evolve over time? I just want to get back to the basics, man, so that people can kind of just grasp a little bit of what we're talking about, right? And for me, I felt like coming into the community that they was gravitating to the state-sponsored religion, right? There was a certain sponsorship placed on Islam, Christianity, and Judaism in the African American community. You had to have it. You had to be one of that. And if you went off and practiced traditional African spiritual systems, then you was a non-believer any damn way. And so, you know, for me, I just was saying, yo, I'm just going against. I thought based off it was a state-sponsored religion that enslaved Africans from Africa, Christianity, and why wouldn't we go against that, regardless of what it said? That's how I always felt, and I still feel strong on that. So yes, the meaning of atheist changed significantly across historical, cultural, and intellectual contexts. See, trying to tell you, I was always flexibility in it. It say this presentation traces semantic and conceptual evolution using peer-reviewed scholarship. It's only 4 slides. It says ancient Greece, 5th century. Greek term atheos meant godless or without divine favor, used as a social political accusation rather than a philosophical denial of gods, applied to those rejecting civic religious norms, like Zeus created thunder and lightning. Roman and late antiquity periods. It said early Christians were labeled atheists by Romans for rejecting state gods. Belief in a god did not prevent one from being called an atheist. The term functioned as a boundary policing label. My fault. The term functioned as a boundary policing label. All right now. All right, boy, you done crossed the line. You and Cedric, and so y'all, ho. What you just say? Yeah. Medieval period. Atheism equated with heresy, right? Or infidelity. Okay. Denial of the Christian God defined atheism. Almost no self-identifying atheists due to theoretical and legal consequences. Right. You couldn't even step up and say we're gonna kill you. Lock you up.
Yeah, they would have had to be underground.
Yeah, you gotta hide. Early modern enlightenment era. Rise of scientific inquiry and religious skepticism. This is when you start to get a little freedom. It said atheism increasingly meant denial of a personal an interventionist deity.
Interventionist.
Say it again.
Interventionist.
Okay, my fault. Like a deity that intervenes
in human affairs. Yeah.
Okay, still viewed as normally and politically dangerous, morally and politically dangerous. Oh man,
Yeah, it's like I was explaining with Spinoza. Simply for asking his rabbi these questions at 16, 17 years old, he was disowned by his family and his community. A Jew in the Netherlands forced outside of his community for simply asking these questions. And it wasn't that he was an atheist. He was simply reading the Bible for what it is, right? And his scientific and his inquirious mind started to say, but this doesn't add up. How about this? How about that? And for that, he was excommunicated from his community, died in exile, a young man at 43 years old, for asking these questions. His work was not published during his lifetime.
You see the slide up there? I wanted to see if you could like say what you were saying, but still realizing the slide up that motherfucker. You forgot. What you were saying was good. If you gonna talk when I got a damn slide with this motherfucker, you'll make that shit sharp, right to the point. The nigga died at 40. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta fit it in, yo. Fit it in, bro. I don't mind you talking, but fit it in. If I got a slide. Well, where am I at, man? Go ahead, read it. You read it, Cedric. Go ahead. Then you can add
Would atheism become a self-identified philosophical position associated with materialism, positivism, and scientific naturalism? Clear distinction from deism and agnosticism.
Mm-hmm.
Philosophers distinguish strong positive atheism, belief that no gods exist, weak negative atheism, lack of belief in gods, used analytically in philosophy and sociology.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that theist and that's that atheist and anti-theist. Atheism commonly defined as absence of belief in gods, recognized as non-doctrinal and compatible with secular ethics and science, distinct from nihilism or immorality.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with being immoral and all that and denying morality.
It's
Okay.
a key scholarly conclusion. Atheism is not a fixed or timeless concept. Its meaning reflects dominant religious institutions, political power, and epistemology of each era.
Mm-hmm. And there goes some selected sources for y'all. And then here's a chart right here. All right. I think where you at? Where you at, Cedric? Where you at?
Right there.
Read the chart.
Summary. Summary table. Evolution of the term atheist. Ancient Greeks, violation or rejection of civic God, social accusation. Roman era, refusal to worship state God, for example, the early Christians. Medieval Europe, denial of the Christian God, heresy. Enlightenment, rejection of revealed religion or personal deity. 19th century, explicit philosophical denial of God. 20th to 21st century, absence or lack of belief in God.
There you go. See? And we should have learned something. And that's all I was trying to tell you, brother. Saying, bro, this shit changed through time, man. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, you gotta stop being afraid, to get the knowledge, man. So everybody just they say it's a religion. It ain't that, It's always the religious institutions or the religious thinking people that you fighting against when you deal with that. Right? Especially in the African American community. God damn, man. And the conscious community, they claim right off the rip. If you look at that chart, they automatically would fall into the non-belief section. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They be getting murdered and chopped up too. Oh, what you saying, you don't believe in God? Right there. Like, come on, man. Crazy,
They're having a whole semantic debate about the word. Once you use the word, you simply ask the individual what you mean, right? For example, I say all spookism is spookism. I'm an atheist. Don't bring none of it to me, right? Someone else would tell you, well, I don't believe in the three Abrahamic faiths, but I'm spiritual, right? So you would have to inquire by the individual what they mean, right? I'm more likely to be considered a hard atheist, but I don't like to play around with those terms too much. I simply lack a belief in those gods. Like that story you're telling me, I don't believe. That's it.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Point blank. You can call me, name it what you want. I ain't trying to hear that. That's straight stupid.
That's it. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that you got a God that beat everybody else's God. I don't believe it.
I think I'm not gonna call myself an atheist anymore. I'm gonna call myself. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that. I don't think you got the God. How about that? Prove that. I don't want to hear about it. Prove that.
I would have liked to hear his, like I still would like to, if he was listening, to hop on so I can get a full understanding. Because I would argue that no word from BC times mean the same as it is today. Because
that's real.
You know
what I mean?
All have by evolution.
Yeah, all of them have the etymology. So you know what I mean. Should some words that were negative in past days are positive now, and vice versa.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of context, right? Because what Ankh was doing was framing the evolution, right? He was discussing the evolution of this term, right? Which we often do, and he keeps saying the state-sponsored religion, right? Which puts it into reference, especially in the conscious community, because most of y'all are opposite or anti the state-sponsored religion, right? You mostly tend to adhere to African traditional spiritual systems. So you would fall within the category of atheism. Don't beat me up. So I think it was just contextual in terms of Easy Band's understanding of what Ankh was trying to say, because we understand the evolution of the word.
Yeah, he did. Gideon, what's up? Talk to us. Israel, stand up.
Shalom.
Stand up, Israel.
Shalom, shalom. What's good? All praise to the Most High in the name of Yeshua. What's going on, Ankh, man? I just been checking you out, man, listening to the conversation the last couple of days. And one thing I want to ask you and Cedric is that, so in all the fields of study or all the disciplines that we use to extract information from the past, basically would be linguistics, historical data, the written record, archaeological evidence, anthropological evidence, and
all them
DNA and DNA evidence, right? Those would be all the things that we use to get right. So what I want to ask you and Cedric, if you was to remove the DNA field from your source material, would you be able to still say the things you say as it pertains to the ancient Egyptian being what we would classify today as the sub-Saharan Negro type? Would you still be able to prove that minus the scientific DNA evidence?
Yes, if you understand evolution.
Hey, slow down. I'm gonna give a short answer, yo. You can give the long one, Cedric, real quick. You would, without DNA evidence, you would classify them as a Northeast African population, and you would think pretty much that those populations in Northeast Africa kind of coalesce together, which they actually do. The basic look, you know what I'm saying? You would actually fit the Hebrews because they're in that area in the Levant. Man, you know what I mean? Like all that shit would go together because you know enough by migration to know is them people intermixed all the time. The Bible story is talking about people migrating back. It's talking about a migration, bro, and they put a story behind the damn migration. So yeah, you would. What the DNA does, the DNA fine tunes the shit, gives you the level of the amount of people moving in and out. Go ahead, Cedric.
Yes, that was actually exactly what I was going to say. So it's good that you said that. Yes, if you understand the basic principles of human evolution, of evolution in general, that it happens in populations, that there was never a first man or first woman. If you understand these concepts fundamentally, if you understand natural selection, how environment plays a role in how the phenotypes emerge, then you would understand that and quantify a Northeast African population as a distinct group of people.
Right. So my pushback to that would be is that
you got pushback?
Yeah, because you're still going back, you know, in Cedric's case, he went back to evolution. So that's something still that
it's not DNA though.
That's not DNA.
Right. That's another form. But
no,
evolution,
no,
I'm saying it's another sector. It's separate. Like the brother just said. I agree with that.
Evolution. Talk about that. If you remove evolution.
Yeah, say that.
No, we can include evolution and DNA evidence.
Why not just read the Bible? For that answer, the Bible.
Right. I know these I don't want to say provoking, but these questions that you need to answer is kind of like stumbling to you, so you want to resort to just general Bible slander. But this is what I'm saying. When you're using evolution and when you're using DNA, you're using something that's not substantiated. That's not a fact. Me looking at the walls in Egypt, those are facts. Me listening to the archaeological data that's left behind, those are facts. Evolution can't speak to if a person is what we would anachronistically label them as niggers or black people. Evolution can't tell us that. And I posit DNA.
Hey,
go ahead.
Let me say this right
quick. Hey, wait, hold on, Kayo. How you doing?
What's happening?
I don't see you with a camera on, Kayo. Kayo is the only one without his camera on. Put your camera on, Kayo. I'm playing with you, Kayo.
Yeah, tripping. How you doing?
Hold on, man. I'm gonna let you go, Gideon. I simply said you can use the Bible, right, to prove who the Hebrews was, yo.
No,
That's
most
all I said,
definitely.
yo. God
But
damn.
you said it in jest, man.
I
And shout
wasn't.
out to
It's the
Kyle,
truth.
man.
You never read it before, yo, and tell you where they live at, and give you their homeland, and tell you where they start out at. And at no point do they say they was in America. And at no point do they say they went to West Africa. Yo. At no point. Y'all add that shit in there. That's not
Well,
what I'm
the
saying.
That's
book,
another debate. That's another debate.
the book stopped being written at that time.
Don't do that.
The book stopped being written at that time, huh?
It stopped being written.
Let's
Yeah.
stay on track. Let's stay on track.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Kyle.
Yo,
Say
I just wanted to just point out one thing. I know Gideon, you was talking about like what's on the walls in ancient Kemet versus what's in the biblical text, but like you got to understand one thing is super important. Those are simply the claims. Like I could send you a text message, Gideon, and say I got $15 billion. That's a claim, and then now you got to look for proof or a way to verify that claim. And if that claim is unsubstantiated, or even with the biblical narrative, the claim is unverifiable, then the claim in itself is where the story actually lies. Like that's where you end that conversation. And so when you're dealing with people who are scientific literate and you have processes, a way to verify the claims that are being made, that gives you a better way to filter out what is true and what is actual in real reality.
Right. I wouldn't disagree with that, but
hold on.
that really does. Go ahead.
So you actually think looking at a wall, first of all, just looking at a wall, yo, saying look at shit, not even following the cultural norm of why they even made the damn wall. Right? They didn't make the wall for you to look at that shit and say, God damn it, that's how the Egyptians look. No, yo, it was a caricature, yo. It was like a magazine ad, my nigga. It wasn't none of the shit we be saying at all. So you think that's better than archaeology?
That is part of the archaeology. When you're looking at the walls, when you're looking at the tombs, when you're looking at the statues, all of those things speak to a prototype Negro character, like point blank. Period. It's only when we get into the muddled DNA science is when people is able to skew the conversation.
Gideon, let me ask you a question though. Then why are all the women white and yellow?
Well, see, and that's a funny thing also.
That's a funny thing, huh?
Yeah, I know it's hilarious.
The one that you're speaking of, I've heard a lot of those.
Most of them.
And it's two things. A lot of those have been altered, and then not only that, that's just showing the women. I'm speaking of the men. Yeah, a lot of those have been altered.
So you got the sub-Saharan African black men, and then all the women yellow and white. That makes sense.
That's why I'm saying they were altered. Those were altered. Those women weren't as light as they show.
Now you don't trust the wall. That's great.
Yeah, then see, that's why it's important to get you like out of here, yo.
Yeah, that's
don't have you in charge.
Let me ask you this, what if I'm right about that?
No, you not.
What if that is right? Is that something to laugh at?
So who did it?
I'm just wrong.
No, who did it? Think about. I want you to think it through. Who the hell went and painted all the women yellow?
Well, it's not all the women.
How does that help their case?
Majority of them, Gideon. Majority. That's how they represent the women.
Yeah.
Right. And again, I'm speaking of the men that we see, and most of women, from Queen T all the way to Hatshepsut, all of those. So those exceptions that he's talking about, and I know one in particular that he's talking about, and that's the one I'm saying has been altered. So just by the percentage,
I wouldn't name a specific one. I'm talking about most of them.
Right. Well, the one,
the wall right now, we'll pull them up, and most of them will be
right.
White. Yeah, in the fields, wherever you see them, they're gonna be white, yellow. Yeah.
Right. And I'm willing to put up a wager that the majority of the ones we see will be brown skinned, and we would anachronistically label them as black women.
Can I
If
ask
you
you
Jordan.
a
use the
follow up
word
question to that, Gideon?
anachronistically,
Oh,
you're
damn.
admitting that you can't do it.
Hey,
Pick them
next
all. Let's go. Grab
Let,
them
let me
all.
just
Put it
let
up
me
there.
just ask you this question. I'm gonna hop off in a second though. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to Bogart, but do you believe? So the scientific evidence says,
Oh,
I want to see, do you agree to this, Gideon, that Africa is the most diverse out of all the continents for genetic diversity? Do you agree to that?
I would agree to that. Most
Okay,
definitely.
cool. And do you believe that we are descendants from West Africa?
Yes, we are descended from the population that's in West Africa. Yeah.
Okay, and so do you also believe that we came from Northeast Africa?
I agree. I believe that a sizable population of black people come from Northeast Africa from
Okay,
earlier
so
times. Yes.
where is the diversity then? If all the people that are in Africa, Northeast, Central, West, where is the diversity in Africa based on your own logic?
Right. Well, I'm gonna say two things. First of all, I said a sizable population, so I didn't say all of them. And within that sizable population, you have ancient groups like the Hebrews, the Israelites, the Egyptians, the Libyans, the Carthaginians. All of those people migrated from north to the southern interior of Africa, especially when the Sahara start drying up even more so. So all of those ancient people groups fathered what we see in the West African today. Because
The Green Sahara.
wasn't no Yoruba around during the ancient Egyptian historical time. Wasn't none.
This
There,
Wasn't
there,
no
man is
there,
Igbo.
Carthaginian.
there absolutely were people though that was there that have that exact same
Sit
genetic
back.
marker. But that's where you have the molecular clock and the genetic haplogroup tree, all the type of stuff. All those things exist for a specific reason. I mean, now you could wave them away and say they don't really matter or they're not accurate, whatever. But you got to acknowledge that those things, if you're going to be talking about migrations, you got to also do genetic mutations that happen based on your migration. And I know we had a conversation earlier with one of the Egyptian brothers that was talking about like sickle cell and how those things got introduced into Northeast Africa and the Levant area. Those things actually mutations occurred in the Green Sahara prior to them getting there. You understand that, right?
No, I understand that's what you believe. That's your faith. Just like I
Oh,
have
okay,
my
okay.
faith in the Bible. That's your faith. That's what I'm saying.
Chris said in a
Let's
minute.
stick to things that we both can read, we both can see,
But you want
and
to
we both can
define the
put into
parameters of
context.
culture?
That
You want to
field of
read the
science, I don't even delve
You
in
want to
because that
redefine the
field of science,
parameters of
of,
science.
that person is able to
So you
upend
want to
all other
redefine.
disciplines of study with
So
that
you want
one
to redefine
incorrect
the parameters
interpretation.
of science because of how you feel.
I'll holler at y'all. Appreciate it, man. That's all I
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah. God bless you and your religion, Kaya.
So you want to
You
change
shot
the
it, yeah,
parameters of science based on how you
Oh,
feel.
wow.
First, you ask a clear question: without DNA, how can we understand it? With evolution, right? Evolution, we understood that prior to DNA, DNA only substantiated and further established what we already understood.
But Cedric, you
Then,
can't prove nothing with
wait a
evolution.
minute. Then
That's
you
your
move the
belief.
goalpost. Then you move the goalpost, saying no, you can't use DNA and
No, I included DNA and evolution.
you're moving the goalpost, and then you
No,
want to
I just
reduce
put it
the
in the
conversation.
goalpost. I didn't move it. I
You
included
move
it in
the
the goalpost.
goalpost. You move the goalpost anyway, and then you want to reduce the parameters to look at shit. How does that make any sense?
What I'm saying, sans DNA, sans evolution, which is your branch of religion,
Hold on for
and
a minute.
sticking to things we can see and prove.
Hold on, Gideon. Go ahead, Chris. Pseudo Killer Official, man. What's on your mind, bro?
Save us, bro. What's
Hey
going
man,
on?
Pseudo's got to eat too. What up, y'all? Pseudo Killer Official in the building. Pseudo's got to eat too. I'm listening to this, brother. I'm listening to
eat, Chris? Really?
Pseudo's got to eat too.
He don't deserve to eat. He don't deserve to eat.
Still don't deserve no food, man.
I mean, no,
Yo.
starve him out.
Yo, the fact that this man was just talking about the greens to hell, you gotta include evolution, brother.
He little Gideon.
He go right along with it, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you know, Gideon be rocket. You know what I mean?
Gideon does not like the idea of
Put the Carthaginians in the Green Sahara, bro.
That's wild, man.
So now the Sahara wasn't green, right? Oh, okay.
He's saying like, Gideon be rocket, man.
You guys are wild, man.
Yeah, man, that hilarious. That's your belief.
Yeah, Cedric, that's like evolution. When Cedric and Ankh be talking about evolution and DNA and all that, they don't know the full story. They just getting the information as it come, and it changes daily.
And I just get the information that you was an Israelite.
I would say change daily. Here, let me show you what don't change though. Here,
that's right.
Here you go. You see that, man? Let me show you what you're looking at, yo. Read the bottom of it. You see it, right?
Yeah.
I see what you're showing. I can't read that though. That's
the potential synthesis.
You usually show the color map. You're not showing the color index no more.
I want to show
that
you
one played out.
I want to show you this map of the highest annual values of UVMED are shown in the light violet colors. All right. Okay. Look at this. Show you this radiation here, bro. This one ain't changing on Earth. This radiation here, bro. And towards the equator, the radiation levels is higher, bro. The reason for that, because it's closer to the damn sun. You are surrounded by harmful radiation that will cause your genetic material to have mistakes in it, AE mutation. Okay? And when you recopy that, it copies in the mistakes. It's called a mutation, bro.
The European type was nowhere near Africa.
I don't even know what you're
talking about.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about radiation here, bro. So any wall you see in Egypt, they supposed to have brown skin based off where they living at. Now, they ain't as brown as they used to be because they fully closed and air conditioned. The conditions has changed. What conditions? Clothes block out radiation. Cars block out radiation. AC block out radiation. Keep temperatures lower.
Which made it possible for the modern Arab in Egypt to live today. Huh?
But why would you think it's fashionable for us to talk over each other, though, yo? If you want to talk, you can talk.
Nah, well, G, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get it in edgewise. That's I'm just saying. That's why what you're saying.
So edgewise mean you can talk over me?
Nah, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like they're gonna be lighter than they was in ancient times. They was naked in ancient times. They was on the Nile for 300,000 years. They was naked. No invention of clothes, no shoes. On the Nile, they got the artifacts. Humans was on the Nile at 300,000 years ago. Archaic humans was on the Nile 300,000 years ago. They got the artifacts. They naked. The only protection they got from the sun is their damn skin. So they're going to be darker. That does not change. Look at the yellow areas, right? You don't see the high purple radiation. They farther away from the sun. You know what I'm saying? It's at the poles, bro. It's in that area. So I don't know I don't understand why you don't take the time. Pray to God, pray to Yahweh, read the scripture, then read some other material. Yo, it ain't got nothing to do with what you're saying, bro. Go ahead, Gideon.
My brother, you know what I'm saying? The information that you got, and I'm not saying you got it confused because you just a science communicator. They don't know what they're talking about when it comes to DNA and all that stuff and sequencing and all that stuff. Because for the simple fact, you just died at your own source. I'm saying the Arab that we see today, under modern conditions, is the only reason why he's able to live in Africa in that area right now. He could not live in the Nile Valley under those conditions he couldn't live back in those times.
What are you talking about?
Without the things you said, without modern air conditioning, without sunscreen, without
you said
clothing.
the Arab live in Yemen, bro. Yemen is still in a hot zone. A lot of Arabs ain't no light skinned dudes.
When I say Arab,
you talking about Arabs that mix with the Turks or something, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah, when I say Arab, I'm speaking of the mixture of the Greek, the Persian,
Arabs.
Yeah, those are Arabs. Those are Arabs.
The Greek is not no Arab, yo. The Greek ain't no Arab.
You don't understand.
The ancient Greek is he's in that mix of those Arabs that we see today.
You don't understand, y'all. Like, you know,
nah, bro.
Yeah. When
I get in. Do you see that? Do you see Arabia right there? Do you know what Arabia looks like? You see Africa? You see Africa? Seriously, bro. See, I don't believe
I'm not going by that. I'm going by the historical record. I'm going by the archaeology. That's what I'm not going by all that, bro. That's your religion. I'm not getting tricked by that, bro. Because the same way you communicating that to me, I can find somebody and communicate it in the opposite.
Hold on, Gideon. Hold on. I'm not trying to even trick you. I'm not trying to make you see the radiation. I don't care. I'm saying, look at the map, though. Do you see where Arabia is, bro? It touched Africa. They call it Greater Africa. I mean, you mean I'm tricking you with that?
Right. And what I'm saying is the Arab that lives in those places, those are the descendants of the ancient Greeks, the ancient Persians, and even some Romans.
Y'all gotta understand, if this stuff don't say Romans chapter 1, he don't care.
Bro. And then modern Egyptian, you still got dark skinned people in Luxor. What are you talking about?
Like I said,
while we having this conversation, what I don't want you to do, bro, I don't want you to bring the Bible in there. Because when you do that, I'm gonna say you copping out and you running from the conversation. Because I haven't brought up the Bible yet.
You can tell.
So don't cop out and try to gaslight. Because I know you ain't built like that. So don't say that.
You can see like he don't understand it by the fact that he was thinking like a man just get dropped off in the zone. Like he don't get it. You saying?
No, repeat that, bro, because I want to understand it. What you saying?
You said Arabs. You said Arabs and Greeks were mixed. The Greeks and the people from Arabia, those are Arabs. Arabs and Greeks are two different language branches. First of all,
so what you were saying, bro, earlier? What you were saying?
In the Green Sahara, why are we doing this?
Say, Ankh, what I ain't gonna do, I ain't gonna talk to nobody who was in my face and was scared to talk to me face to face. I ain't gonna talk to them when they're around a bunch of their cronies and all that, because I know they need help. I'm not gonna talk. I ain't gonna talk to nobody like that. Who did that? Come on, man. That's Chris all day, man. I don't have no type of words for that dude, man. That dude really don't want no substantial conversation. You see, he brought the Bible in. I didn't even bring the Bible in. He trying to find help. That's why I don't much talk to that dude.
How do you put the Carthaginians in the Green Sahara?
What you saying, Cedric?
How do you put the Carthaginians in the Green Sahara? How did you do that?
Because they, as we all know, the Carthaginians was destroyed by the Romans. So during that time,
the whole bunch of them migrated south. The Sahara wasn't green at that time, yo.
I know. The Sahara was green, what, 5,000-6,000 years ago.
Hold on. And the Phoenicians are Semitic speakers anyway, so they related to the Arabs. They speak a similar language family. They coming up in there with Semitic language, and they mix it to the population of the Amazigh, modern Amazigh anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Phoenicians wouldn't be described as Arabs. They would be described as black people.
Get in.
They wouldn't. They speak Semitic. They wouldn't. They're the same people group. They're the same people group as the Arabs. They speak Semitic language.
So when you're saying Semitic,
Listen, the
When you're
That's
question
saying
level
is,
2,
Semitic, you're
bro.
not
how do
excluding.
you
When
put
you're
the
saying Semitic, you're not
Carthaginians?
excluding black people. You know that, right?
Hey, no
Every
problem.
time you say black
We all
people,
get
you're
sidetracked. The
having a
question is,
We got too many
disagreement
people
from a
talking
thing.
at one time, though.
I'm saying the question is, Gideon, how do you put the Carthaginians in the Green Sahara at the time when that time the Green Sahara wouldn't have been green? Or that's what they want to know. How did you do
No,
that?
I never said the Carthaginians specifically. I
You
said
did.
at one point the Sahara was green. I didn't say what people group because we all know
You
the
did. That's what
Sahara was.
You did.
It was what 5,000,
did.
6,000 years ago when the
Did.
Sahara was green. We all know
That's
that.
what I'm asking the
I'm
question.
gonna move.
Carthaginians wasn't until what the
I'm
3rd
gonna move.
century BC. So we
I'm
know that.
gonna move forward. Hey, get in. You see this map right here? It's called the Copeland Climate Map, yo. All right. This is. I'm not trying to trick you now. I'm simply saying the red BWH. Right now, BWH is a particular weather. All right. I mean, this is what people do who are trying to learn, bro. They don't sit here and worry about the petty stuff. They say, well, I never seen the map. What does it mean? We'll click that on, right? It says the hot desert climate are typically found under the subtropic range in the lower middle latitude of the subtropic, often between the 20 and 33 north and south latitudes. It said in these locations, it's a stable descending air and high pressure aloft. Clear clouds create hot and arid conditions with intense sunshine. Keyword, intense sunshine. They're not trying to trick you, bro. It say hot
I
desert
agree with that.
vast areas of North Africa, Western Asia, northwest parts of India, the subcontinent. So you would find people with darker skin in these areas, bro. It don't
Right,
mean none of the stuff you want to make it to mean.
right,
I'm simply showing you right here, bro. If
right,
you look at this, Arabia, my nigga. Arabia is bloodshot red, bro.
right,
Australia is red.
right,
Mesoamerica, these areas right here, California, these areas, you see the
right,
red. It simply means that they're
right.
in an area with high radiation, bro.
Now watch this.
Hold on, I'm not finished. Nobody's trying to trick you. It's a
No,
climate map.
I
You
know.
listen to the weather report, you're not running around outside in your swimming trunks right now because you know the weather storm is here. Why are you doing this, Gideon? I'm not insulting you. I'm saying, why are you afraid, bro?
Oh, I understand. If I close my eyes and
How is
believe, I can
Arabian
believe that. I
how
understand
the
that.
people from Arabia, this
Oh,
blood red, how these herbs, because these herbs live in Arabia, how are they pale skinned like you saying?
okay, that's your proof. Now I'm gonna ask
That's
you
not my
this.
proof. I'm asking you a
Right.
question because it's
Show me
frustrating.
Believe in
any.
that.
Funny.
You
Right.
believe in
He
Show
that.
made
show
he
me.
made a statement and he said Arabs
Keep
couldn't
playing.
live in
He
the
don't
Nile.
believe in what you're
Right,
showing.
and I was on the same
Yeah,
climate.
that's not my faith because he can't prove that.
Excuse me, hold
That's
on.
why I'm asking on.
Gideon,
Can't
why
prove
you
the
talking
weather?
over
Are
me?
you outside in your swimming trunks
He
right now?
don't. He
We're
just
showing
think
you
that
the
that shit
same
is some
climate
bullshit that made
conditions.
up.
We're showing you the same climate conditions exist in Arabia that it did in the Nile, and you still denying it. That's what everybody's showing you. You made a statement.
Exists
You
right
said
now.
that there's no way that Arabs can live in the conditions in the Nile, and he's showing you a climate chart, and you're still fighting against it. Whether you want to talk or not, the proof is in the science, not in when you think. That's a no true Scotsman argument. You're saying the way you're defining it is better than the way science defines it.
And we can actually prove this. This is factual evidence. This is talking about the desert that is tangible there
That's
right
crazy, man.
now.
You're
Right.
right there, man.
So, besides you communicating that to me, you cannot show me no archaeology, no type of
Oh,
literary evidence that would indirectly describe them as anachronistically looking or being white.
Nobody's gonna
It's nowhere.
anachronistically do anything because
But I
anachronism
can
indicates
show
totality.
architecture and I can show archaeology that shows them to be what we would anachronistically label them as black.
Say
You
Hands
do
down.
agree with science when
anachronistically
it
So all
agrees
that
with
is
other
you.
stuff
already
y'all
fucking
saying,
null and
DNA
void.
and stuff, y'all can't use that to usurp all other disciplines of
I know. I'm
science. You
trying to
just
ask
can't.
you.
Y'all
Use the
guessing, bro.
word
I'm sorry to tell you,
anachronistic.
Unc. You
I just
guessing,
didn't
my
understand
brother.
what you said, yo.
Why
What
are
you
you
mean?
using
Who's
the
showing
word
to be white?
anachronistically?
Who you trying to say is white, though, yo?
Not the ancient Egyptians.
Nobody said the ancient. Okay, man.
The ancient Egyptians are what we would call sub-Saharan black people. Period.
Do you consider
they're
the
not.
modern Egyptians white people get in? So you can
Say that again.
the modern Egyptians right there now. Do you consider them white?
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
even white people.
I would consider them not sub-Saharan Negro.
Oh man.
Are they white though? No.
Hold on,
I
stop
mean-
it. Gideon, where does the sub-Saharan line start at on this map? Can you point to it
Yeah.
for us?
Even the
Arab, even based on their name, it means they're mixed.
Okay, got
So
you. Show
they're white and they're black. So they're you know
on this map.
they're definitely not
Even
ancient. That's why I was
but
saying
even-
they're a mixture of Greeks,
We don't gotta argue.
Persians, Romans.
Do you see the map?
Show it to him again. Make him prove it.
Egypt is located it's not located in sub-Saharan Africa.
No, I know. That's why I say what we would call.
I'm gonna let you talk. So basically, what you're saying is there was a population, right, that came from sub-Saharan Africa, right, populated the whole Nile, and ran everybody else out. Right? That's what you're saying, correct?
What I'm saying is the original man started in the Great Lakes area of Africa. From there, he spread throughout the world, and when we look at the historical data, we see that the sons of Cush, or rather the Cush Empire, ruled from Africa to Anatolia to as far as India.
Yeah,
So,
you didn't jump 300,000 years, my man.
How you jump that far all the way to
Yeah, come on, yo. Calm it down. We ain't gonna do that though, Gideon. You didn't win from
what you say, oh?
Yo, you didn't jump 300,000 years, yo.
What was the question you asked me though? You asked me
that original man.
how did the sub-Saharan you asked me how the sub-Saharan black man wind up in all those areas. And I said, according to the historical record.
I never said that. I said Egypt ain't till 4,000 BCE, yo.
Well, I see that's the thing. When I'm speaking of spreading and populating the world, it was Cush that did that. Egypt is Mizraim. Egypt does not precede Cush. Cush gave the whole world. When you look at civilizations like Sumer, those are Cushitic civilizations.
The Bible.
Okay, now you want to talk about the Bible? What you said?
No, you said you speaking about the Bible. You on here talking about Mizraim and the sons of Cush.
What you said, Cedric?
You interject in the Bible, bro.
Yeah,
you heard what Chris said. Grow up.
Yeah, that's
well. Cush expands the Bible.
Bro, Mizraim
Mizraim expands the Bible.
Stop.
We not talking about the Bible. We agree.
Mizraim has history outside of the Bible. So does Cush.
He done put it in a bag and and threw it at the wall. Get on out of here.
So yeah, all disciplines of science speaks of the Egyptian being what we would call sub-Saharan Negro.
Instead of us using paleontology and stuff, right? Let's just look at the bones and just look at them, and then let's just figure it out for ourselves. Man, like we had this conversation. Crazy.
Yeah, even the bones, even though that's what they would call outdated science, even the bones speak to that.
Why would
you see this picture right here, Gideon?
Phenotype?
Yeah, what about the picture?
So you stuck right here.
Yes.
Guy in the left corner. You think this it? Like
the guy in the left corner?
Yeah, left bottom left corner. Is
what about?
That's African, yes or no?
Mizraim right there. That's Mizraim on the left.
Is that an African? Ain't no telling, man. Talking about as far as man and African.
That's the 5 races, bro.
Oh man, that's the 5 races.
Yeah, Mizraim right there on the left, bottom left.
Yeah, I don't go by that, man. That's pseudo.
But I'm saying you are doing it. Unconsciously you doing it. Yeah, because you so stuck on sub-Saharan Africa, like they the only Africans. It's wild, bro. Like
that's
not the only African sub-Saharan Africans. It's
Africans are diverse, man.
Africa.
Africans are diverse, just like African Americans.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, but all of those Africans we can call black people, huh?
No, that's a racist term. I'm showing you the racism right here.
You talk about
Yeah,
the most
that's a pseudo
diverse and
picture right
label
there.
everybody black.
That's a pseudo picture.
The most diverse and everybody is one thing. How does that match up logically?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to help.
Cedric, you know you can be diverse and still be considered black, right?
No, you can only
You,
be
you
black.
can have thousands of diversions and still be black, but let's not be elementary.
Black,
Cedric.
when you say black, you're dealing with social constructs, man. Most people in African societies don't even use that word.
They don't, bro. But hey, but I'm not denying that a sub-Saharan African population did not migrate into the Nile. I'm not denying that. But even with that, that don't mean they gotta be pitch black though and look like the peppercorn head or like no West African though. That's a crazy. I'm telling you, yo.
Well, the people with the peppercorn, that's a whole nother divergence because I really don't see the people with the peppercorn hair being the fathers of the Nile Valley civilization.
What?
What? Who you talking about? What you talking about? Because you done wore me out.
Like the San people or the Khoi people, I don't see them fathering Nile Valley civilization.
One's never said that.
Yeah, you got it. We had the two. I'm starting to turn into a vampire at this point.
I know, you've been bit by the vampire, man. You've been bit, man.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just dumb as a motherfucker at this point.
Sammy.
I can talk, you got me. I feel dumbfounded, yo. Man, let me see something. You know what, bro? This man here, yo, he picked man. Like a fever or something, yo. This man picked half for scientific discipline.
Hey, yo, ring that alarm one more time.
Yo, you have overwhelmed us and dragged us down to your level, yo.
Nah, y'all, because the bare fact is, without your misunderstanding of genetics and evolution, you cannot prove
who's misunderstanding.
Man, this man, so he gonna deal with archaeology. He gonna fuck with archaeology.
Who is misunderstanding evolution and genetics?
Man, say let's take away.
Yes, that's your religion. Evolution is your religion.
Let's just look at the walls and figure out what's happening.
This man says the Carthaginians was in the Green Sahara, and we need to exclude the Khoi and the sand.
Let's pick the bones up with our hand and just look at them.
Compare them. Take the bones and compare them to the walls. Take the bones and compare them to the pieces on the wall.
Yeah, man. Hey, Gideon, yo, you made it today, yo. You the man, yo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the last thing you can do when you can't show the evidence. Like, what idiot would not look at all the walls in Egypt?
You just saw a map.
All the statues.
You just saw a map of the Sahara Desert as it
That's
is.
crazy.
You say we can't prove that.
Hey, good look at this and see. It did the guy put it there.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. There's no way you can look at all the evidence and say those people weren't black.
Put it there. Let's not look at the metal. Let's look at the red. The red come from where? Oh, really, yo? Let's take the book. Hey, y'all, we got the book. Don't read the words. Look at the page there, but don't read the words. Take away all the scientific evidence and just stir the walls.
If you take away all the science and you anachronistically look at the walls, you would call them right. You would call them black. So if you move anachronistically, you're indicating a fallacy.
That man just took a bunch of big words.
Hey, bro, y'all killing me with these fake laughs, bro. Because everything y'all saying, bro, just don't make no sense, man. That's crazy.
You just go inside the police station and say, listen, I know y'all got the DNA stuff, but let's just Remove the DNA. Forget about that.
Right. Remove what y'all have no idea what y'all talking about.
Okay,
Go to the historical record.
Forget about
Go to the
evolution as well.
archaeology. Go to the anthropology. Go to the linguistics. Remove the DNA evidence that y'all have no clue. Remove the DNA evidence that y'all have no clue what y'all talking about. Neither the evolution that y'all have no clue what y'all disseminating, and stick to what y'all can prove, and y'all can't prove what y'all saying.
We got
But y'all gotta say what we see with our eyes ain't good enough.
Anthropology without evolution.
Hold on, Cedric. Are you questioning that stuff because white people don't know? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm questioning is
the white man stuff.
When a person is telling
ask
me
a specific question, bro.
No, what I'm saying is a person who once believed that there was a planet called Risk could never tell my Bible believing eyes what I see. That's what I'm saying.
Who thought that?
Shots fired.
And who though? Who the fuck?
He knew the shots were fired. So that's what I'm saying. You laughing and y'all joking and and all this. But can't no former Yorkie try to logically tell me to look at something straight with my own eyes, my brother.
I'm not lying on you though. You gotta lie on me though.
No.
I never told nobody there was a planet Risk. That's some dumbass shit. I never thought that.
I ascribe that to anybody who used to follow Dr. York or who still do. That's what I ascribe it to.
Hold on. Get in. I'm not sitting here saying you're a fucking idiot for reading the Bible, nigga. It's the same stupid shit.
I didn't say no idiot. I didn't say none of that. I just made a.
Nigga was real. At least I can see him, nigga.
No, I just made an observation, Unc. I didn't say what I thought about it or nothing.
But you can't even see the people.
Bro, I didn't mean, bro. I didn't know it was gonna hurt that bad. I'm just saying, Unc. Without your science, what I'm saying is, you can't tell me when I'm looking at something with my own eyes that it's not what I'm seeing.
And take away all that. You told me to do that.
What you said? Go ahead. What you said?
I'm saying you left the printing press, which was produced by white people. You left the English print. You left the King James Bible. All that shit was made by white people.
But that don't got nothing to do with nothing. That's false. The Bible was not written by white people. That's that pseudo stuff I'm talking about.
Writing is technology.
That's the pseudo stuff I'm talking about.
Book binding.
The Bible was not written by white people, bro. You got to get that new op in your train of thought out your mind, man.
Hey, hold on. Don't get upset. King James, the book, was written by his clergy, nigga. What are you
all them was white boys who wrote that. You tripping?
Oh, one thing I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna argue with no coward. That's why me and you arguing, because I know you ain't no coward. I don't argue. I don't talk. So why this coward keep talking to me?
Who the coward?
Coward because
dude, a straight coward, man. Why would I even entertain this dude, man, who talk like a woman, man? Some days he won't be bothered, some days he don't. I don't got time for you, Chris. Stop talking to me, bro.
Stop it. You're getting emotional. You're trying to do the hostile escape.
I tried to let the dude see that I'm not talking to him. I'm not entertaining him, Cedric. But he kept talking to me, wanting to talk to me. So I had to tell the dude, I'm not talking to you, bro.
I have to feel. So you're attempting to trigger Ankh as a hostile escape to see, look, I got you. You're making insinuations and you start to do this. You know why? Because at this moment, you're defeated, you're emotional, and you want to do the hostile escape. At this point, we understand this immature.
I'm still here, Cedric. That's another lie.
Yes, we understand what the hostile escape is. We actually understand it. If you don't, that's on you. However, let's get back to what we're talking about. So you want
another performance fallacy, right?
You want us to use anthropology, but forget evolution. How does anthropology work without us understanding evolution? How do we date
things? Let me give you a real slow example.
Logically understand what is going on and in the environment. Do you understand that evolution is pivotal and foundational to To
No,
the
it's not.
anthropology you
That's
have
your religion.
used.
That's your religion. That's a faith.
Again. So your ignorance to the subject matter is on display. Go right ahead.
That's faith based.
Go right
Let me just give you a real quick example off the top
Anthropology
of my
and
dome
evolution
of
are not
anthropology.
faith-based. Anthropology and
When you're looking
not
at the simple fact how the
anthropology
Arabs treat
is
Africa, Egypt now, how we can see Muhammad
How do you
Ali
determine
strip
what
the
and who is an
pyramids
Arab? How
and
do
they
you
pay no
determine
respect
who
to the
and what is
Egyptian
an
dead.
Arab without understanding evolution?
Anthropology,
The
look,
answer was
anthropology
that you
teaches us
was going to
that
teach
they are
us,
not the same
you
people just
was
by those
going to
actions. But go
explain
ahead.
us, you were going to explain us how you exclude evolution from the same anthropology you want us to use.
Evolution
And
doesn't, for one,
you start with identifying Arabs. Now, to identify Arabs, that requires evolution, my friend.
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Arabs are in the written record all over the world, Cedric. Come on, let's not be remedial, bro. Let's have a conversation. Now, what you about to say?
How did it get there?
What you mean? How did it get there? What, the writings? People wrote it down. What are you talking about?
I'm finna go cut up out of here, man. Y'all take care of kids. Stay in school. With that being said, I'm out. Stay in school, kids. This is crazy.
Yeah, you're complete and utter ridiculousness. So you want to talk about specific groups of people, right? How we identify these groups of people, anthropology, without fundamentally accepting evolution as the basis for all these particular studies. This, my friend, is ridiculous. It's indicating you're not ready to have these conversations. You do not get to define the parameters of understanding the natural world around us. And your emotion plays no role. Lookership is not how we do things. Everything you see is a claim. And then we need tools to verify these claims. And because your verification process is lacking, you accept certain things that are ahistorical, not factual, based on simply your feelings. And that is not academic rigor, son. Simply isn't. And you can't argue your way around it. Your emotions and your feelings have nothing to do with this conversation. And again, once you admit that you
he was being wrong, so you can kind of stop because you just piling it on. But whenever you stop,
the moment you use the word anachronistic in your diatribe, you're already indicating a fallacious process.
All right. So that shows you don't know what anachronistic means. When I say anachronistically, I'm saying that those people back then did not call themselves black, Negro, nigger, whatever you want to label us. So when I'm saying black, I'm anachronistically placing that label on them, which would be correct because those people, if they were placed in these days and times, whether I'm saying they would be labeled white or labeled black, these days and times, they will be labeled that. So I have to say anachronistically. That shows me you don't know how. All right, bro. So that's for that part. Now,
I don't know what part that is. The part
the second thing you said that doesn't even make any sense, bro. You said that you cannot tell the story of history without DNA, without evolution. That's a fallacious statement. You would like rock and roll.
Next episode, yo, we out of here, yo.
Yeah, please don't. Please, Cedric.
Man, hit that cash app going out the door, man. All the serial killers, man. Game on, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man.
Yeah, man. Support Ankh, man. Support our brother, man, because he needs the help. And Hebrew Israelites coming, man. He needs the help. Not the help, but like he appreciates it.
Chains that we cut into letters will lift us up. It's a piece of
And I'm your host, Bobby Banger. Boy, talking to religious people is crazy work. Man, hit that Cash App, man. And support those that support you, man. Because, man, gave me a headache. I had to get up out of here, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger. And with that, we are out.